Good evening, spacers, or morning, or afternoon, whatever time it is in your part of the void. Tonight, we rejoin our crew in the belly of the Rusted Labyrinth, having just woken up from a very unsettling occurrence. Jane, Suavi, Laricus, and Nareth, you're all awake.
Is that Suave? Is Suave making noises again? Suave?
Carson, can you all
Bobby
stop
always
making
makes
so
noises.
much fucking noise? That was... What was that?
Oh.
That was a strange nap. Anyway.
Right. We have all determined that something very odd is happening, and you're asleep.
Well, that wouldn't surprise me, considering the dream I've just had. But,
You're
I
an
would-
elf.
I
Why
was
are you a
pretty-
half elf? I don't think elves are supposed to sleep.
no, they're not. We can, if we want to, but we don't have to. We all learned this meditative technique because the way the elven economy works is that if you sleep less than you do over time, you get paid more, and there's benefits for, there's incentives in the elven economy to not sleep. It's kind of cool. But,
Suave, I was very pretty in your dream, and I'm very flattered.
well, of course, you're pretty in my dream because you're pretty in real life.
Oh, shucks.
That's, for a road deal anyway.
As our
Yeah,
Can you
spacers
do this?
regain their wit,
And I'm going to.
Wait.
Oh.
So, we all had. Did we all just have the same dream then? Because you're all still seeming to know what you're talking about, even though it was in my
Well?
head. But...
Do you know what this is? And I'm going to hold out the heart that I have willed into existence in my hand.
what heart?
Wait, that's not there anymore?
You don't have a heart, not in your hand.
It was there. It was
Nope.
there just a second ago.
You sure don't have it.
Does Jane still have the one that she was holding?
No.
What? No. Wait, where'd my dress go?
I'm just gonna very tentatively reach out for a handshake. like.
No,
you
I pull my
alright?
hand away.
Oh, right. What?
Jane's gonna reach
Wait.
out and hold Loricus's hand for a second. But I can hold your hand.
Wait, no. I remember. There was something about a heart, wasn't there? I'm so confused.
I think you guys are all being weird. Sometimes people just have weird dreams. Not everything means something.
No.
I'm gonna think of the heart again in my hand like it was again and try to manifest it the way we manifest things back home and see if I can make it reappear.
I'm gonna hand some hand sanitizer to Aerith and say, "What you touch toilet water."
Jane, you hear Laura thinking very loudly right now.
Laura, you trying to bring that thing back?
That's right, I forgot.
Bring what thing?
Robbie, you know the thing you had to steal from that company. It was like Ocean's 11, that old movie.
I don't think I've ever seen that film, but yeah,
I
the dream. I was sort of watching you all it was back in Hetty's B. That was years ago.
Was it kind of
Why
like
am I
there was
dreaming like
somebody
that?
who... What? Why did we steal it for you? What'd you do with it? Is it in your head? Do we have to get his head open to get the heart out? Is the heart inside
Guys.
him?
No.
Guys, do you forget where we are? We are on a crumbling ship in the middle of the void.
Hold on, what, we're turning into husks? We gotta go! And then
That's
I'm
I
gonna
actually
think
a
we
great
ought to
idea.
be going.
Us from turning into husks. Well, that'll happen anyway.
I don't want to be a husk.
Husking
shouldn't.
happens over an extensive period of time. We're fine. It's just that the ship is falling apart. Husking isn't the problem right now. It's us dying viciously.
Now it's Lord Icus's head told me that if we're hallucinating, we could be turning into Husk, and they are not that old here, and we could be turning into.
Law doesn't know everything. Law knows as much about this place as we do, and what we know about this place is that the giant ship falling apart.
Is that what you think, Narath?
Yes,
No.
because that's what it is.
These
You're
Husks,
wrong.
these
You're
Husks have only
wrong.
been here for 6 months, and if it's 6 months, you could turn it in one of those. We could do it too. I'm just saying.
Last
The
record.
math is right. The math is
The
right.
last record of the ship was 6 months. That doesn't mean the ship has only been here for 6 months. We could have been in stasis for far longer. The ship could have
Our
stopped.
ship.
Do you think Husks can use
Dictates
computers?
this as well.
No, I'm saying the ship they could have made records, and then suddenly our ship could have turned up. Then there could be a gap of about 6 months, but then we could have been in stasis for significantly longer. For all we know, we've been in stasis for 300 years.
This seems wrong, and I'm gonna open
Right.
the door like I'm gonna leave in a huff, and they're, oh god, no, never mind, it's real. It's still there. The Husk is there.
It's
Right.
very dead though.
Are we gonna keep
That
bickering
Husk was
till
alive
the
a
death
minute
of this
ago.
dog?
I made hand the door open.
Why is it dead now? It was alive a second ago.
It was alive a second ago.
We are
Nerith,
all having.
Go back. Nerith, you saw it though. You saw it. How do we have a collective dream?
So
That's not a good sign. We
Collective
don't even,
dreams
we
is
don't-
not
we don't even
entirely
do
the
that.
part that is to be worrisome here. Collective dreams are not entirely uncommon amongst psychic individuals.
I'm hungry.
But I'm not psychic, and that was my memory.
Yes, but
that
there
was on
are
Hetty's
two
beat.
individuals here that are. And you can get pulled into things.
I was psychic on accident.
Pulled? Wait, so you went. Wait, did you go into my head, or did you pull me into your heads? I don't like it when my head's being
I-
fucked with. Please
I
try
did-
to not do that again.
I don't think
That
any of
would
us
not
did
have
it
been
on
an intent.
purpose.
Yeah.
I'm stuck. DM, I'm stuck. I can't get it out.
Jane! Jane's like trying to move past and like her hip is like caught on
Just
something
drag
and
your
she's like,
fingers
ah!
My belt loop is stuck on the door handle. Please help.
There you go,
Okay,
Jane. You are free.
I was like holding onto my pants leg, like no.
I'm gonna
So
kneel
he just
down.
casually walks out.
Do I still have a knife?
I'm sure you do.
Antimatter dagger. It's in my inventory. Okay.
Yep.
I'm gonna kneel down at this husk. And I'm gonna pull out my dagger. And I'm going to very carefully dissect its chest open.
Ooh, okay.
And I'm going to come in under the rib. I'm going to cut open the diaphragm. And I'm going to try to bend it back enough to see if I can locate a heart.
For being
Inside the
extremely terrified of all things dirty and washing her hands, this is not bothering Jane at all because she's like, whatever, we throw things in the furnace all the time. It's fine.
So you all watch as Loricus begins to dissect this husk. Okay, then you do.
I did. No one's listening to me anyway, so I can't do anything anyway. That's just.
Nerith, you should see if there's any computers you could go yell at or something. Mean. Rude.
I'm the rude one. I'm the one trying for us to not be trapped on a crumbling ship while someone performs heart surgery on a husk.
To be honest, I'm kind of siding with Nareth here.
Okay,
It
bye.
is dissection, not heart surgery. This will go very quickly.
And yeah, I'm gonna cut it open enough to be able to kind of see and feel up inside there and try and locate if this thing has a heart.
Jane sits aside like she's the assistant, ready to help if you need any. But she's not asking if you need anything. She's just like in her brain. She's like, "Yeah, I'm here for this."
Okay.
It does.
I'll have
The
you
mu-
I'll have you hold the rib cage a bit so that I can angle in better.
I take foot out. Okay, I can do this. I can handle it. Open the rib, turn the page. Open the rib, wash your hands. Open the rib, wash your hands. Open the rib, wash your hands.
Whilst
What
I'm
you see
remembering to
inside this
ask-
husk is a muscle that would have been a heart when it was a humanoid, but it looks very desiccated. It hasn't beat or pumped in quite some time. Judging from, let's see, can you roll a medicine check for me? We'll see if you can tell the state of this heart.
Is there any chance I get advantage because Jane is helping me?
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Do I need to roll anything? I don't remember.
No. Oh shit.
Okay.
Oh.
That's only a 9.
I mean, it could be 6 months old, it could be 6 years old. You have no idea when this thing died from the state of its heart.
Okay.
So, okay, that's okay. We could just throw it in a furnace for energy. It's fine. We did that with bodies all the time.
You are up to your elbows in husk goo, by the way.
No, I'm not. Can I
I'm
roll
gonna
sleight of hand for that not to be happening?
Lorcas.
I'm gonna cut the heart free and I'm gonna take it.
Okay. You have a husk heart.
I have a husk heart. I'm
Okay.
gonna pull it out and be like, okay, this is goo and gross, and I'm gonna mage hand psychic levitate the husk heart up, and then turn to Jane and be like, little help, dirty hands.
Jane, I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh!
What?
That thing looks fucking rank.
That's not great.
You are very hungry, Jane. Starving, in fact.
Oh, fucking shit! I'm so sorry!
Jane's tummy grumbles, and she looks around and she sees a leaf, and she like grabs it, like one of the leaves that from like the fake trees or the realistic fake grown trees, and she kind of touches the heart. Say, okay, hold on. She like moves it aside and like pours some of the liquor or the alcohol onto Laura's hands, and then she's her tummy grumbles, and she's like, I'm fine. It's fine. I'm fine.
I can hear Jane's hunger in my head.
Oh, you can. Yeah, you can feel it.
Hold on.
You
You
can
know
feel
what
her
time it
saying,
is?
I'm fine, and feeling, oh, I'm not fine. My tummy hurts.
I'm gonna move my mage hand very far away from her and hope that helps a little.
Yeah, and it does help a little.
I still have 12 more crash Cyworm infusions, so it's fine. I came from the Sam's Club of space with it. Fine.
Well, you have a husk heart. You have yet to find the captain, but you believe he's somewhere nearby. What are you doing next?
Oh, Jane.
Yes. Hi.
Whilst,
Hi, Suavi. Hi.
Yeah, hello there. Whilst I'm remembering to ask,
Hi.
in that dream we all seem to have together,
Yes.
which still confuses me a bunch. Are you always so enthusiastic about crime?
What are you talking about? No. I didn't do any crime ever. I've never done crime. Bye. I gotta go. I gotta help Lucas.
Right?
I'm just walking around this tree to try and orient myself and figure out where the fuck we're supposed to go. If Jane wants to use that as an excuse, that's fine, but I'm just letting you know.
Jane is embarrassed because she's not done any crime. She swears she's never done a crime. Not one. Not even once.
Right.
Nareth and
okay, then.
Suavi, will you roll perception for me?
Also, Suavi may have made her blush somehow just being around Suavi.
Natural 20.
Oh. Sorry, what are we rolling? Perception?
Perception. Nareth, you hear groaning from the eastern side of the ship, or to the east of you.
Oh.
Suavi, you hear nothing.
Oh. Do I need to roll anything? Hiding
Special
behind my
fail
tree.
noise with the dice.
Okay. Nareth informs everyone else and just like, okay, so there is clearly something hit nearby to us here. Can we please just go?
We are attempting to find the captain. We should go towards that sound.
Yes, I
Where
mean,
is
it's just rather than performing heart surgery.
Have what
It's
I want
east,
now.
but there's a wall
it's
here,
not
so I can't see
surgery.
anything.
Because it was dead.
Autopsy, then, if you have to be specific.
Dissection, if we're going to be specific.
It's on
The
the
rest
other
starts
side of the
walking
wall,
away.
Nareth.
Hi, Suavi. Hi.
Oh, there's a husk. There's a husk.
Got it. I'm going to cast Toll the Dead on it.
Oh, that husk is dead. Oh, that husk.
Oh!
That husk is not dead. You may cast Toll the Dead on it.
Okay.
I will also shoot it with my blaster, just to
Can
see if we
we-
can take it out in a single round.
Can we hear? Can I and Swabby and I hear what's going on? Go join them, or
Yeah,
I'm
you're
just
right
gonna
behind
roll-
them.
Yes. Yeah.
I roll a 9 to hit. I presume I miss.
Yeah, that misses, unfortunately.
I
I roll
want in
again?
on this.
Can I get a wisdom save?
You sure can.
May I roll to gun?
You may roll to gun.
Can I roll to punish them by crime? Just kidding.
You certainly can. That's a fail on that save.
Right. It's not damaged yet, so it'll just take 6 damage.
No, DM
from
remind
my
me.
Toll the Dead.
Sorry. DM, remind me. The walls in this area were actually pretty sturdy. In this area, it didn't seem like it was falling apart like the rest of the ship. Correct?
Correct, as long as you aim towards the inner walls and not the outer ones.
Are we against an outer wall? I have the shadow of. Battle
No,
shadow.
you are not.
Okay, guess what? Let's take a look at this. Hold on.
Unleash yourself.
I
Jane.
gunned for 3 damage, although that was just with my one hand. I don't know if I'm allowed to do my offhand as well.
You may. This is your initial surprise round.
Ah,
We don't have to do initiative yet.
Yeah, I'm getting that ready.
oh, well, I missed. I missed.
Boop a doop. Roll initiative.
Yay!
Initiative. I will attempt to roll
Okay,
it now
why-
because the system likes to screw with me.
Why is my initiative roll not showing?
It's
Yeah,
not going
mine's
through.
not showing up either. My
Yeah, I'm
initiative roll
clicking,
is
but
being
nothing's happening.
calculated.
Is there a
That's
lag
I'm just
on the
gonna roll a
system?
d20 plus 3.
Yeah.
Come on.
10.
There we go.
There we go. It works. It's
Oh,
just
is it
delayed.
working now? Okay. Well, you can take my initial 10 roll if you fancy.
Now you can go ahead and roll again. It's fine.
Why is my? Oh wow!
Wow.
Yay, okay.
Jane!
We are natural wanting nothing today.
Mm. I can see the Husk's HP in the turn counter. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to.
Oh, you're not, but I don't know why it lets you. I will fix that. And now I can move Jane.
Husks, the bane of our existence.
All right, Suave. You're up.
Yay! Gun!
Gun him.
Kitchen gun! Oof, nope. Try again with offhand gun.
Just barely misses.
Hey, okay.
Nice.
6 damage.
Gonna use any movement?
A little bit. I'm gonna go a bit forward, just to be like with the group, but not much. Yeah, I'll
Nice.
just stay there.
Husk is gonna start groaning and ambling forward towards you, Nereth. And he's gonna try to body slam you.
Okay. I
It
have had
misses.
astounding luck with things trying to hit me in melee, which is good because my AC is 10. Oh my god.
You dodge right out of the way, and it misses so poorly that it ends up back over here.
I was
It-
kind of hoping it'd fall through the piping.
And that is its turn.
Okay.
Ein, shall he vicious bork?
Give it a vicious bork.
Vicious
Long may he
bork.
work.
Why will he not bork for me?
It's not your sleeve. You can't just bark on command.
No, Mom.
It's not a phase.
There he goes. Arf!
Love the borking, but I'm just imagining how dope it would be if I like spouted out actual insults.
I can edit him. He's a robot dog.
Yes, that's a
Just
thing
this-
you can do.
Just this tiny robot dog being like, "Your mother was a hamster." Woof.
Your father smelt of elderberries.
Are you
Woof.
suggesting coconuts
Woof.
migrate? Woof woof.
Nareth,
The
it is your turn.
entirety of Monty
Okay.
Python is canon.
Yes.
Nareth is actively irritated. And as in fact, I'm gonna say that she is actively fuming at just everyone because she feels like no one is taking her seriously, except maybe Suave.
Yeah, another
Um,
man. Let's see what happens.
So what I think is going to happen is she is going to just take her wrench that she keeps at her side, but she's just going to swing wildly, and narratively, it misses. Mechanically, I need it to make me an intelligence save.
Okay. An intelligence save.
Which spell is this one?
I'm keeping it explicitly vague.
Well,
I'm sure it fails with a 5.
DM, I've got Lorcus asking what spell I'm casting. She is angrily.
I might have the ability to notice that it's magic.
That is valid. It has verbal components as she is angrily just screaming in fury towards it.
Hold up. Can Jane tell because of Lord's like?
We'll see if
Continue.
Loricus is allowed to notice that this is a spell being cast, and then Jane would, through psychic connection, probably be able
Yeah.
to also.
Nareth, tell us what we see. And then we'll decide what
as-
Locus knows.
As Nareth is swinging the wrench, it goes nowhere near this thing. Like, it is just straight up a miss. But then as it does, there is a slight shimmer coming off the top of the wrench as it sort of bends the air. And then I would say, realistically, anyone with, because of the way we've been role-playing psionic effects, anyone with a sensitivity to that would see as an aspect of psionic energy shoots into this thing's head. It failed the DC. So
This is Mind Sliver?
it potentially could be. DM, are you letting her
I know that
know?
spell.
Um,
Like, I know that spell. That is a part of my repertoire. I would probably
you
be
can
able
roll
to recognize
Arcana.
it. Would it be with advantage because it's literally on my spell list?
Yeah. Because you're very familiar with psionics. With a 17, I'd say if it is Mind Sliver, then you know what that is.
Okay. The garbage I rolled was terrible. Damage I dealt was terrible. It was 1 damage. And this effect, which I'm not saying is Mind Sliver, but it just so you're aware, on its next saving throw, it does subtract 1d4.
Okay.
That is Mind
Sorry.
Sliver.
I know
recognize-
you
But
know
Nareth
what it
doesn't
is.
know that.
Out of
Nareth doesn't know that,
character.
so yeah, it is Mind
Out-
Sliver.
yeah,
Mechanically, it's Mind
so-
Sliver.
So Loricus sees and feels a spell she knows come off of Nareth.
Who hates magic. Who just hates magic. It's the worst thing ever, because she can't, it's unpredictable, it's terrible, it sucks.
Aha, cool.
I'm gonna quickly dip to grab my food for a second. I'll be back in like 2 seconds.
Is that the rest of your turn?
That is the rest of my turn because she can't
Okay.
just get moved without being attacked, so that's the reason I'm dipping.
Good deal. Loricus, it is your turn.
So Loricus takes a half a second
Can
where
Jane back
she
up?
just
Sorry. Before you start, can Jane back up just a little bit so she didn't get hungry again?
I think she's gonna get hungry no matter what, even if she's
okay,
behind her.
Let's just go, alright?
I'm just gonna take a half a second to like look at Nareth with a before I cast Toll the Dead again, because that's my go-to spell for these things.
It's a good one.
And get that wisdom save with a minus D4.
Oof. Oh, it fails.
Very good. And now it gets to take
That was a max
10
on that
points
4.
of damage.
Describe as you kill this husk.
Jesus Christ! This is just over and over and over and over. I am desiccating these things with flower petals, and the petals kind of swirl around it. Again, caress it and embrace it, and then wither and crunch it and turn it into crumbleness as it drags it to the ground.
And that husk
With
is
that
very dead.
Cool.
Moving.
I kind of not grab Nareth, but I reach out and kind of like tap her on the shoulder to sort of turn her towards me and go, that was different.
Was different.
That is the same magical psychometry. Wow, what is a good word for that? Same psychic magic.
Fuckery.
That is the same
What are you on
psychic
about?
magic that I use.
What magic?
I'm
Do
so
you-
hungry.
Do you mimic? Are you a magical mimic
What do you mean?
able to do the?
And
Can
we
you
don't
do
have time for this. We don't have time for this. Let's just get the captain, grab the void core, grab as many parts as we can, and go. We don't have time for this.
I'm
And she stopped walking
hungry.
ahead.
Yes, we know. Just stay out of my head, please. We've all spent too long in there already. It's not fun.
It was nice. Like,
All right, as
Look very
everybody
lovely, but-
runs off in a huff, Lord contemplatively makes a mental note, but also checks this husk.
Alright, give me investigation.
Suave's
is it-
gonna stay back and like keep a vague eye over you just so that you don't get lost.
it's a
I need to know, is this the captain? That's a nat 20.
Oh, you can tell at a glance. This is the first mate, but not the captain.
Motherfucker. Okay,
I love that little song. That was nice. Sing it. It's the crit song.
So
Is that an
cool.
E flat maybe?
Something like that. I will take the husks, dynamite and shit, and I'll grab its identifications,
Sure.
just in case, like, it's the best we get. First mate is pretty good, and then go catch up with everybody. As I walk over towards Suave, I'll hand Suave the dynamite because Suave's there, and just be like,
What's this?
well, that's the dynamite. I don't know if you might like to have a stick. Jane enjoys them quite a bit.
Jane is saying, I found a squirrel, I found a squirrel, I found a squirrel.
And this thing was the first mate, so hopefully the captain is nearby.
Right. Well, here's hoping we find him before he finds us.
Either way.
GM
Jane's bouncing up and down. Yes, Nareth. Yeah,
Where
you
did everybody
see.
go?
Pardon?
Oh, what? Sorry, what? Me? I'm just mumbling, trying to figure out.
Oh, Nareth, can you not get through there? Yes,
Oh,
she
Nareth.
does see that.
Oh, you're sounding a bit quiet now.
Yeah, it was a little
Sorry,
hard to hear you.
sorry, I'm a little quiet because I've got food and I don't want to make mouth sounds into the mic. But yeah, so she calls out to the group and says, "I found a husk," and she's got her gun raised at it.
Nice. You see that husk also. Give me perception, please.
Um, I rolled an 8, so I believe that's either an 8 or a 9. I need to double check my mod again.
Well, then you don't see much about it other than it's in a downward sloped situation as though it's fallen into some sort of trap.
Like a hunting trap.
Correct.
Security once again.
Suave. Where did everybody else
Aye.
go?
But Jane's up there. Can you not? If you can't see her, but as far as Nareth's concerned, Nareth, where are you?
You hear Nareth from over here. Can you see where I'm pinging?
Ah, right.
Jane.
She's close to the elevator, I think.
I may have found the captain. It looks like he's in a trap.
All right, 1 second. I'm coming.
Jane,
You
what is
too, Nareth.
this?
Down by the elevator.
Is it swirl? It's swirl. Swirl? I can't. That's a hard word. You guys have weird languages. Let's get it.
It's not my language.
No, we can deal with it in a second. I'll happily come back and shoot it, but Nareth's found another husk.
Fine. It's gone. Okay, where's Noah? I'm coming.
Okay, what is this other thing here, though?
That looks to be a mushroom. If you'd like to investigate it, roll investigation.
Yo.
I've seen a few of those. I thought that they were lights for some reason. There's like mushrooms every. Oh wow! There's a whole bunch.
That is indeed a
23.
mushroom, and it looks like an edible one.
Can I investigate what this blue one is?
Sure.
And if it's
I will take this edible mushroom.
What do I
I
roll
will
for?
pocket it, and as I continue to carry around my husk heart psychically floating at a distance, I will go try to get back with the group. I have to remember I have that thing too.
Anybody who wants to interact with the mushrooms can also roll history for me.
Ooh, history. I can learn things about it.
Would it not be nature?
I was gonna take it and just give it to Lore. I don't know if it's any good. I'm not eating it.
No, it'd be history because, Laura, you know that these historically are a delicacy on planet Paradise because of their delightful different tastes. Each one usually has a bright citrusy note instead of the typical funky fungi that mushrooms usually are known for. They're less savory and more sweet.
Ooh. We should certainly acquire them. I know that you aren't going to want to eat them, Laura or Jane, but the rest of us, we do require this sort of thing to consume.
Okay. Can I take the mushroom and give it to her? I don't. I mean, I
Yeah.
didn't roll great on history, but yeah. Okay, cool.
You can pick it nonetheless, even if you don't know what it is. Laura can explain it to you.
Yes, I will let you know that it is called a mushroom. It tastes what we call citrusy, which is some acidicness to it.
Does
And,
Laura know that her psychic energy tasted limey earlier?
Nope. No, Laura doesn't like consume her own psychic energy to know what it tastes like, or
Okay,
consume
so-
other people's to know that there's flavor to it.
That's a special thing only you get to enjoy, Jane.
Right, well, so you taste like that, just so you know, Lore.
I don't know if I like that at all.
It's okay. I'm gonna grab it. I guess inventory. Wait, is it in there already? I trust you to put it in there, DM. I don't know how to do it.
I'll put it in there. Don't worry.
And then I'm gonna go back over towards the earth.
She's down this way.
Yep, just over there through this gap in the wee pit. Seems a bit stuck. Probably.
As I
needs
come
killing.
up on the group, I am going to pull out my own bottle of alcohol and sort of wash my hands in it, wash my face with it a little bit, and then take a small swallow. And I'm going to cast False Life on myself again.
Good time for it.
Cast spell. Give me hit points. Aw, only 5.
Hey, HP's HP.
HP is HP.
Especially at our level.
This
Yes,
husk is
step in the
trying
front
to
of the
climb up the walls, but to no avail. It's like a downward slope, almost like a small pool, but with no liquid in it.
All right.
Poor fucking thing. But I
Nara,
leave its misery.
Nara,
Yes, Lord.
can you do this? I would like to see if you can just do the same mimicry thing, perhaps. And I'm going to cast Toll the Dead, and I'm going to ask that Nareth watch and pay attention, which is probably not something Nareth wants to do. But Laura is wanting to know what the deal is, and so I'll cast Toll the Dead on this thing, and I want Nareth to do the same.
Oh, you want Nareth to do the save?
I want Nareth to
Same.
also cast Toll the Dead, because
Oh,
I'm going to
gotcha.
operate on the assumption that Nareth can apparently mimic people. Oh shit, that is my DC. This one fucking saved.
This
It's because
husk
I was
is
too busy trying to make it a teaching moment and paying too close attention to
Yeah.
Nareth.
Nareth kind of like looks, rolls her eyes, which is a very subtle difference considering her eyes are just entirely pupil and nothing else, which is interesting considering the fact that she doesn't have dark vision. So you think with such wide, large, dark eyes she would have dark vision, but no. And she sort of rolls her eyes a bit and just sort of half-heartedly waves her hands and says, "I really don't know what you're expecting from this. I don't do magic. I've made it very clear what my opinions on magic are."
But you did this one. And to demonstrate, I will cast the Mind Sliver spell, which is psychic. I speak a Gith Sarai word, and the psychic effect occurs inside the target's mind.
Oh, that is a fail.
It only takes 1 damage.
It's
Okay,
now climbing towards you, not making any headway.
I know for a fact I cannot do anything like that, guys. I don't know what you thought you were seeing, but I think whatever's been going on has been screwing with your head.
I watched you.
I don't know what she just kind of says a word. There's no feeling or force behind it. Like, she says the same word and nothing happens. I don't know what you're expecting from this. It's very weird.
Laura just kind of stares contemplatively at Nareth.
Let's just do this thing and go.
Earlier as well. I have no idea what's going on, but considering we're all seeming to share dreams with each other and eating each other's mental energy, this is well outside my scope of expertise. But if we're somehow picking up on each other's skills as well, you know, that wouldn't fucking surprise me at this point.
Nareth, that husk grabs your ankle and yanks you down.
Wait! No!
Roll initiative, everybody!
I'm in love with this, okay.
We fucked around and found out.
Fuck.
Hey, this is the best part of D&D, man. Oh wait, I'm rolling physical dice, but I shouldn't be.
Wait, you guys, what'd you do? Should've stuck to it.
Not my fault.
What am I initiative? We fighting? We're fighting again? Ah, jeez.
Is it rolling for initiative? I can't tell if it's rolling or not.
I
for me.
do it. I see all of you, but I can't. I can see all of your. I can see all of y'all's initiatives. I can't see mine.
All of y'all's.
Mine's
I'm
not
from
though.
Georgia. What do you want? Oh, I live in.
DM, is my initiative turning up, or am I gonna have to roll physically?
Nope, it's coming. It's
Yes,
just
baby!
delayed.
Yes.
Oh,
baby!
okay. I clicked it like
Why?
1,000 times.
Why am I on the initiative board twice?
You shouldn't be. I'll take you off of there
I see
once.
myself on twice.
There you are.
You are on there twice.
When is there
Yeah.
an initiative board?
Do I have two
in the
counters
little
on this
fist?
one?
Do
On the
you?
right.
Yeah.
You shouldn't.
Yeah.
No, you don't have two
I have a
counters.
clone.
We'll just skip second Suave. He's a ghost.
I love Second Suave. I believe in him.
Oh, yes.
The
Now,
fuckery
Jimmy,
of
Number
Christ
foundries.
one's on
pretty in
bad
that
shit,
dress,
and I'm
because
loving
there's
that.
two beauty of the eyes to behold.
Why is it not updating?
Tech issues, the bane of our lives.
For some reason, I thought you were
initiative is 0.08.
I thought you were
Wow.
gonna say tech issues, the Dave Navarro of our lives, and I was like, why are we bringing that guy up? I was so
I have no idea who that
It
is.
looks like the initiative
Also,
counter's vanished.
Yes,
yeah,
it did. I'm
was.
re-rolling it because for some reason
Oh,
it didn't
shoot.
want to roll everybody or track everybody.
Should I
But I
roll
liked
again?
my nat one.
Should I roll
I
again,
got
or
a
are you
natural
adding this in
20.
yourself?
Oh, you did.
I'm never gonna get a natural 20 ever again.
No, you can
You
still
are
have
too.
your because you rolled it. You can still have it. I won't be that mean.
I like going
But
last.
do we,
It's
but
good
do
for
we
me
need
go
to roll
last.
it in order for you to be able to edit our initiatives?
Yes.
Well, it's not.
Okay,
Oh, there
in
it
that
goes.
case. I think I got
There it goes. For some reason, it just was
22.92 to
not
start with.
accepting your initiatives. I don't
I
have
don't want to be
Jane.
20.
Uh,
I want to be.
Thank
I want to
you,
be.
thank you for the knowledge, Stabby.
Yeah, he was pretty big in like the 90s. I'm old. It's fine.
Oh,
Hold on.
but before my
Please
time, I am a baby.
A wee little lad.
I turned 21 in October.
Okay, Lorcas, what's your initiative?
2. I want to be number 2.
Okay.
I don't want to be a 20.
You
I
want
don't
it
want
to
to
be
go
the
first.
the original 2 that you rolled, you can still have. Husk
Yes.
is right there. Ein is right there. Nareth, what was your
I-
original initiative?
Do not recall whatsoever.
That's okay, then there's your initiative. Suavi, what was your original?
2 point something.
There's a chance chat might know. Chat's typically quite good on these things, but unless someone had eagle eyes, I don't think they necessarily would have known.
And Jane, you got that nat 20, yeah?
Yes.
I remember Jane remembered.
No, I got 20. DM, I got 22 point something. Not
Oh,
2 point something.
22. That's a bit of a difference, isn't it?
Click on the draw.
Okay, so in a feat of
I'm an
athletics,
outlaw.
you see this Husk jump up and reach out and grab Nareth's ankle, yank her down to the floor, and it's trying to pull her into the pit with it. Suavi, good roll, because you're up first.
Suavi just goes, "Don't you fucking dare," and then rolls the gun.
Rolled again.
Oh,
That hits.
Offhand gun. Oh, that hits? Okay, I'll damage that.
Yeah,
first.
if you meet, it hits, correct?
yes.
Oh!
Yep, it goes to the roller.
Cool. Well, 7 damage, and then offhand.
That also hits.
Oh. A further 3.
Nice.
And I am going to try as well to move. And I don't know, does it count as an action or a bonus action to try and like reach out for Nareth or help in any way?
I would say it'd be
Usually
like
an
it would be an action, yeah, to like bend down and grab for
Okay.
Nareth.
Well, I'll move closer just to be more to the vicinity and be able to more directly help anyway. And that's my turn.
Okay. Jane, your turn.
Um. Uh. Well, she touched the frag grenade that she had in her pocket. So Jade had been like gently holding a frag grenade because she saw it twirl earlier and she was gonna go a little bit. So she tucks it in her pocket. She runs over. Can I use an action and roll? Is that, or would it have to be? What? How were we doing it? Because I was not following.
What
how
would you
did
like
the
to
swap,
do?
Because I was gonna try to grab Nareth, like hit the husk with my claws and then try to grab Nareth as well to.
So you can do one or the other. You can either use your action to claw the husk, or
Yeah.
you can roll. I think. Let me see what it would be. I think it would be strength.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna claw the husk then because I am not strong at
Okay.
any. I pretend. Okay.
That hits.
Damage normal. Yes! And she spits a little, saying that out loud. Getting a little sloppy over here. And she's
Nerith,
very
it can't
embarrassed that
body
Sloppy's
slam
not
you.
back.
It wants to, but it can't because it's still trying to drag you. I'm going to have it make a strength check, and I want you to oppose it.
Okay. I will roll. I will roll digitally. I'll roll physically. I like rolling physically. It's fun.
Okay.
I rolled a natural 7, so a total of 7.
And it rolled a 6. It does not pull you down. It's still just got your ankle, but you are solid on that grass, and it doesn't manage to budge you. And that's its turn.
Nice.
Oh, Nara, something that might be interesting is whenever you have to roll for advantage or disadvantage, roll one dice physically and roll one digitally to see which one you prefers you.
I mean, I have the thing. The reason I want to roll both physically is because I have a pair of really nice metal dice. I'm going to send a picture to you guys later. They are absolutely
Ooh.
gorgeous.
And
Okay, so
I
Nareth
haven't
is
got
in.
dice for normal yet.
So Nareth is okay. This I actually wasn't expecting this. This is kind of the best moment for it. But Nareth is in absolute fight or flight mode. Because she is being horribly viciously attacked. So for flavor, because why not? She grabs. DM, is there anything like on the floor around her that she could pick up, like a rock or something?
Sure. There's grass, there's rocks, there's synthetic dirt. But you could
Okay,
grab a rock or a stick.
She grabs like a rock and then just tries to hit it in the head, and then anyone paying attention would know this is not normal. It blasts forward at superhuman speed. I need the Husk to make a dex save.
Absolutely.
Casting another spell, I know.
Casting another spell.
Oh!
What the fuck?
It
God
lets
damn
you
it.
go in fear and just throws itself back.
Okay, hey, it let go of me at the very least.
Does it take half damage of anything?
No, it's a
No, not
complete
this
miss.
Ugh.
It's not those sorts of effects.
Yeah.
But well, no, I'm trying to see where I can find the spell slots on the sheet. Where are they?
So under your spell book,
Yep.
there things should be cantrip level, and then first level
Ah.
on the bar of first level is where it's at.
There, you see, it didn't give me that, so I was just running on the assumption that for some reason I had none. So okay, I'm going to remove one as she attempts to blast it. And the rock, DM, I'm going to roll damage because it's going to hit the edge of this pool, right?
Yes, it will.
Yeah, so it's 3d8.
Yeah, the nature of it is that it does go until it hits a thing, and then it damages both itself and the thing it hits.
Yeah, so the rock shatters, and I deal 13 points of damage to the rock and the wall.
Oof. I think less that it let go of you out of actual fear, and it was just grabbing so wildly trying to pull on you, and you were having such a struggle that when you threw something at it, it happened to be in the opposite direction, and the blast
Okay.
threw it backwards.
Okay, that's fine. But yeah, that just happens, and it just shatters a bunch of stone in doing so.
Loricus, it's your turn.
I have been staring at Nareth and watching her through all of this situation, and as that happens, she like gets this gleam in her eyes, and she goes, "I saw that," and then she turns back to the situation at hand and casts Toll the Dead on the thing in the hole so that it'll finally just stop.
Told it.
I mean, and Jane's jaw just drops open. She doesn't even say anything. She's like, okay, I know this now. Like, she doesn't even, she's just a little bit like, ajar. That's
8?
it.
Once again, Laura does it.
Laura's really bad to these things.
Once again, you see the fractal petals pull the flesh apart, and that husk goes down and stops moving.
Nareth sort of crawls along the floor in this direction and just sits against the wall, just heavily breathing out of complete panic. I should probably change the emotionator. Oh, the emotionator, there we go. It took a second, but it let me work.
Gain surprise!
So I'll be surprised.
Yeah.
But for multiple
so-
reasons.
So Lorikis, just with a smug look of satisfaction on her face, will, well, in her mind, not so much on her face. She is calm about these things, but Jane can feel the smug satisfaction in Lorikis' mind. Lorikis will go down to do the thing that she always does, which is to inspect these guys.
Hey, you know, it's fine. I'm not gonna say it out loud. Hi, Gareth. You're a good person. Thing, great. Oh, okay. Hi, Sophie.
Alright, so I can't, like, move myself into the space with the thing, but I'm going to check it over to see if it's the captain.
Give me investigation.
Don't fail me now. That's an 18. That's a 23.
That's an 18, and that's a 23. Lorikis, you guys have finally found the captain!
So Jane, my smugness continues to grow with a "ha! I found the captain!" in my head, as I rifle through all of its pockets and pull out all of the IDs and various other items that it might have and take them. These are mine now.
Mm-hmm.
There you
And
go.
then I will call up.
Can
We have the captain.
I sneak attack a grenade at this guy up here? Wait, hold on. I can't tell where I am. I don't want to throw it at the edges. I can't see the rest of the map to know if I'm... Can I tell if I'm near the edge of the walls of the ship?
You can and you are, and that one's
Okay.
actually dead already.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just gonna come back then and just hide behind Lorcas as much as I can at like 8 feet tall. I got it, Kate. Good job. Don't let them see me. I'm embarrassing myself, is what she's thinking, and she knows Lorc. So. Jane has just thrown all embarrassment to the wind because she's like, man, if I think about pooping, the way she's gonna know. So I guess it's just the way it's gonna go. She doesn't poop, so same. She's given up on the shame.
We have
Very
the captain
good.
card. Shall we just go and get the parts we need? Was there a reason for us to go anywhere except the ground floor, except the basement, except the engine room?
Doing
Last
crying,
possibility is that getting more of those drinks could be helpful. Which, out of character, mechanically, those are our healing
they'll definitely
potions,
be
and I
fun.
did
Yes.
not know that, and so we should fucking get some.
What crash is our healing potions?
They are
Yeah, I didn't
healing
know that.
potions, yes.
They weren't described as healing potions in their little descriptor, so I thought it was just flavorful, fun soda. We should get healing
Yeah.
potions because we as a group need healing potions.
I have a lot. Thank you, Lord.
They heal you
Yes, we should get
1d4
more.
plus 4 each crash. Every flavor.
Maybe we can do that, but fine. Let's just go
Just the last
quickly.
of like the credits that we have, if we can pool them together and just like get a bunch.
I think I have a few from the last place we were. Maybe I double check. Well,
I
no,
have
the dream.
5 credits.
Did we lose? I lost the credits from the dream, right? Or no?
Seems like they're
'Cause I
still in
still
your
have-
inventory. How strange.
Yeah, you can remove those if you want to, DM. I don't mind. I didn't see them. I still didn't see them. Like literally, I cannot. They're in my. Okay, there.
No, they're there. They are there.
How much? I have 5 of them.
The credit sticks that you transferred onto your data pad are there.
I don't remember. Were they worth something individually, or are they just 1 credit each?
They were 1d100 each.
I
You
have
got quite a bit
5.
of credits.
So can I pull one out and roll for how much it is so that I give it to them so that they can get their healing potions?
The point of a credit stick, you don't know exactly how much is on it whenever you find it.
Right.
Usually parents give them to their kids because it's normally less than 100 credits each. You can buy them in increments of like 500 credits, like gift cards. Normally it's less than 100 bucks. So I just have you roll a 1d100 to see what you find.
Can we pool our credit sticks and give them to like maybe Suave if Suave wants to go. What the fuck?
Oh, wow, Jane. Okay. That one had 94
Jane
credits.
Jane just like pulls out a credit stick and holds it haphazardly in her chest. She goes, "You guys, you want this? You could have this. I don't know where it came from. I don't think you could have it." And she just puts it in Loricus's hand. And
Well, I was gonna give them over to Suave because I felt like Suave might really enjoy purchasing and or possibly stealing a bunch of stuff.
So Jane then
So-
walks very slowly over to Suave and slowly like somehow blushes in her weird alien face. He hands out the stick and just kind of like holds it. Here go. You can here.
Suave, are you there?
Yeah, fucking. How many more of these are we gonna find?
I have 5 more.
You
And I'm
have
gonna pull out the
more?
5 sticks I have and I'm gonna hand them over. It's unknown how much is on them, I guess, at the moment, but I have 5 that I will also hand over. 5 sticks.
Jane looks at the stick and goes, "This one has 94. You should be able to be okay with this." But
You've
she's-
got to plug them
her
into your
voice is
data
still-
pad, and then it will tell you how many on there and let you transfer them over.
I'm gonna do that with all of them if I can.
Sure. Roll however many D100s you have in credit sticks.
You're getting 5 from
Okay.
me.
I'm getting 5 from you. Okay.
I'll even do an item transfer.
Yay!
yeah, do
Use
it
the
that way,
item
please.
transfer.
There.
You do that too. Right, I can do that.
5 credit
you.
stick.
Thank
Okay, so wait. I now have 15? What? Who else gave me their credit sticks?
I believe Jane did.
I only gave you one.
Why
You
do I
might have had
15
some
then?
originally.
But
I
Here's
only
the
had
thing,
like 3 to start with.
so I rolled the one though, and it had 94 credits on it, so we knew how much it was. So should I just give them the 94 credits? Would that be what they got? Because I still have the 4 sticks on me.
You can do
The
either one.
sticks are sticks, and then the credits are the amounts on the sticks, right?
Think of the sticks as USB drives. Each one's an individual USB drive with a different amount of money on it.
I'm
You
not
plug it
actually
in
running
to
around
your
saying,
data
"Okay,
pad,
don't
and then it
wallet."
empties out all the money. You unplug it, and then it's just blank, and you toss it. And I've
Okay,
also
well,
enabled the elevator so you can move between floors if you want to go back to the shops.
in that
Yeah, let's
case,
do that. I don't remember where the elevator is, so this way was this way.
It was
You
just
can
over to the
change
west.
scenes at the top if you want,
I got it.
if that's where y'all are going.
Let's go to the shops then, and then let's quickly go down to the other floor.
Have
As
we've been
all
on
of this
the
is
floors,
happening-
haven't we?
As all of this is happening, Laura is still very relatively intent on Noreth. She hands over her sticks and is like, Jane and Suave deal with money stuff. She's just kind of watching Noreth. Can I roll? I guess I'm asking Hills out of character if I can roll. Holy shit, that's a lot of dice. If I can roll a
credits.
Jesus. If I
How
can
many
roll an insight check on your character to see if I can understand what your character's situation emotionally is right now, given all these things that have happened.
You can roll insight. That doesn't mean it'll
yeah.
tell you if they're telling the truth or not, though.
No, I'm just trying. I'm asking.
No,
if,
they're trying
like,
to get
I
a
can-
read. They're trying to use
read
insight
on-
for the actual purpose of,
Sure.
of
Like-
reading someone's state.
Like, you don't seem like great about this whole interaction around the magic situation, and Lore's just taking a second to kind of reflect on how Mareth seems to be behaving and see if she can't maybe realize Nareth's sort of feelings around some of this stuff and gain a little bit of understanding about that.
I
So
accidentally
roll-
deleted my credit sticks because I'm really good at the internet.
That's okay.
So I rolled a 21 on Nareth.
So you understand, Larikis, that there is something about Nareth that even Nareth probably doesn't quite comprehend. And you see that internally, they're not lying to you, they're struggling.
Can yeah, I have 26 Yeah, I actually deleted all my crazies. But so can Jane? Can she tell? Can she hear this thought process or?
You hear what goes on in Laura's mind.
Yeah, you can hear Lore kind of humming and musing and being like, this seems interesting. And just kind of being attentive to Nareth, and it's changed. Like, she was very pridefully, jubilant about, haha, I was right, you can do magic. And then that has all settled down and everything has gotten very still and calm in Lorekas's mind as she has attention to Nareth and is instead gone into this kind of musing, contemplative, almost sad state a little bit in regards to thinking about Nareth and how Nareth seems to potentially be not understanding herself.
The rest is mostly just wandering off looking for the crashed cola.
What kind of crash are you craving, Nareth?
The healing kind.
I'm cashing. I'm literally just cashing in these.
It's literally the only reason that she's doing it is because I'm assuming that the way they've explained the value of this, mechanic is purely that it's just caffeine, and the rest is entirely just looking for some caffeine.
That's exactly what it is. It just gets you up and going.
No,
Oh.
She is mildly irritated, to say the least. How much did you say it healed?
1d4 plus 4.
1d4 plus 4. Okay.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
If you want, I'll get a few for you. I've got plenty of credits.
I've got some credits, it's fine. I just need as much... I was about to say cocaine. It's definitely not cocaine that I'm looking for.
I could wish. That'd be a good time and a half. Woo!
Hey DM, I went ahead and just did 4 100 rolls and I just added it. It's like 287 in gold, I think. If you wanna
Yep,
check
that's
it,
what I put in your, that's what I put in.
Cool, perfect.
Gold is credits. I like using Electrum too, but for everything to work in the shops, we have to use gold.
And then the Rosian's gonna be like, you guys do drugs? That's weird. You should just eat brain power. And she's gonna go over here and look at some explosives. So I have a question on the attractor mine. That's just like a mine that explodes and magnetizes things to it, right?
The attractor mine. You prime the small disc, throw it to a space within 40 feet. When wherever you throw this mine, anything within 5 feet will be attracted to it.
Okay. Thank you.
Just figuring out some maths on the crash.
Yay, math!
I can purchase technically 16, but she wouldn't purchase 16. That's a bit much.
A 16 pack of crash.
And be like, yes, please get some for me. I gave you all of my credit sticks. I'm just gonna let you guys take care of it. Thank you.
Seeing
you
as
know,
Oh, you first.
I'm just going to purchase a lot of Crash Vanilla. People don't really like Crash Vanilla, but I'm rather fond of it.
I forgot that we hacked this exploding machine, so Jane's gonna be very excited.
You did indeed hack it.
Does it automatically take the value of the coin out of my inventory? Yes.
It does.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am just going to buy.
I just drained this. No,
I have plenty of credits, but is there any way though that I can sort of rig this and get some for a free or a discount?
Yes, you can. Give me a data check if you want to try.
Okay. Also, does someone not have something that'll let them pose as an employee for staff discount or something?
Oh,
They
not as for
do.
staff
I have
discount.
the captain's disc. I have the captain's
Yeah.
fucking card, and I have not. It has not occurred
Oh.
to Laricus because she has other things on her mind that she could probably just come over and swipe it open.
Well, I got 21 for data check anyway, so.
Cool.
You sure
Oh, it
did,
is-
and now the prices are 0. How about that?
Yay! I'm just gonna steal one of every kind.
Can
Wait, what
I?
the prices of what are 0?
Crash.
Excuse me. I would love it if someone would do that to this machine for me.
You see
can I
Swabby
try it?
interface with that machine, and suddenly, after he hooks up his data pad, he just taps on the screen a couple of times, and all of the prices flash and go to 0.
You're fucking welcome. Although now they're disappearing whenever I click on them, actually.
Well, yeah,
Because
because
there
there's a
aren't
limited
12 of
amount.
them in the machine. Oh, well, I'm just gonna take one of each kind, and then anyone else can come get whichever one. I'll be the crash dealer then. You'll come to me.
And yeah, that was
Okay.
my idea, is that I just was gonna give you guys money, but if you guys weren't gonna do it that way, I was gonna come over and grab some stuff.
Can I try? Can I watch all my friends do it and then try to do it to this machine because they're all busy getting
Yeah,
crashed up? Okay.
give me data
Alright,
check.
Oh, is that intelligence right?
You have your
Is this
little
empty
macro right
now?
at the bottom left.
Oh yeah,
your
I
screen.
forgot.
Empty.
Hey, data check. You said okay.
Yes, please. That's enough. You don't get free on this one. You need a little more for free. But you actually do engage the employee pricing and get a little extra off the top.
Oh, this is fantastic.
And you watch all of the prices go down.
Suave, did you empty this machine?
I sure fucking did. I now have
Awesome.
all the crash, so if you want any, like, just ask. I have multiple kinds, I think. I don't think they have that one super rare flavor. Was there not, like, a flavor released a while ago that was, like, they only made, like, 500 bottles of it or something, and they sold it for, like, stupid silly prices, and they did that, like, once every year.
That is true. And they do not have any in here, unfortunately.
Gotta love them special collector's editions bottles.
Maybe somewhere out there in the verse. Meanwhile, the simple weapons vending machine is now 30% of what it used to be, cost-wise, thanks to Jane's.
I did
The
it.
secret ingredient is crime.
I didn't do any crime. I've never done crime. Ever. Not
You do
even
know
a-
that you're not the most convincing of liars, Jane.
Can I prove that wrong? And wait, hold on.
That's probably.
deception.
I don't know if. Well, I don't know if PvP for social rules is a thing in this game. Some DMs allow it and some don't.
Jane. All right, Jane. Well, I'll leave it. I was gonna look at Slavi and just be like, yes, I've never done a crime, and see if it works.
You can try. Roll deception.
Do I roll a contesting insight?
Yeah,
I'm
you
very
do.
deceptive. I am extremely deceptive.
You believe her, Swavi. I mean, you just saw her hack this and lower the prices, but I mean, technically, she paid money still, and you didn't. So, I mean, who's the criminal here?
I will never crime. I will die from starvation before I will crime.
What's the story behind all of this shit in your file then? That seems pretty out of place then.
I didn't do it, and I didn't whistle blow. That's all she said. She wants to say. And
Right.
goes back to the vending machine. That's it. How much does everyone know about like Rothian culture, like, and how, like, I assume that they do know since we're like legendary for being sleeper ships that attack or whatever, right?
They probably know bits and pieces individually in different measure, I'd imagine. They probably don't know a ton. They likely know the folk tales more. For some of them, you might be the first Rothian they've met. For others, maybe not.
Okay. Well, thanks.
Are you finished sacking the vending machines, or do you have more you'd like to purchase with your credits?
Pretty much. I mean, credits probably aren't a lot of use anywhere, but the problem is that now it's free anyway, so it doesn't make a difference, I think.
Speaking of, if anyone wants any crash, like, I have so much. My bag is overflowing with the fucking things. Please take them
I
off
will
me.
take some.
So,
Alright, how much you fancy, and what flavors? There's vanilla, there's... I don't fancy having a try of this nightmare fuel. You can have all of the nightmare fuel if you fancy.
Just whatever you don't want, I'll take.
Alright, you can get 10 nightmare fuels then.
sweet. I'm very tickled at the fact that there is a fork in this as a weapon. I really like that.
Sure is, and you can buy it and use it.
yeah, but she doesn't know what it is, so she's gonna get it. She's gonna be like, wow, it's 4 pokers on it. That looks painful. And I'm like, what?
Who the fuck wants Crash Disappointed Parent?
That sounds like
Have
something
you-
I would drink.
Excuse me. Excuse
What
me.
is a
Have you
parent
ever
again?
had a disappointed parent before?
No.
This is not Jade. I'm saying, like, the fact that these
Why?
names are what they are is amazing to me. Like, I love the ex-lover one or whatever. The happier now ex-lover. Oof. Ooh.
Oh yeah, I've got 10 of those if anyone wants that.
I'll take whatever you don't want. Go
I'll
ahead and
offer-
load me up with strange flavors, and we will see how they affect me.
Flavors for all.
Yay!
I mean, if it's gonna be free, I mean, actually no, Nareth isn't here to plunder. She's here to maybe gather some bits and pieces and leave.
Jane, do you
DM,
fancy
don't
some
see them
disco
on
bathroom
mine.
floor?
No, I like the side worms. The worms, they tickle your throat while you drink it.
Oh well, you can have that then. I have 4 of those.
Oh, you're amazing. Thank you, Swavi. You're very nice.
know,
I'm
I
so
know,
glad
I
you
know.
exist.
It
You
comes
want any-
naturally. Thank you.
Would you like any of these guns? They're very cheap. They're not free, but they're cheap.
No, I could never cheat in my moral and Medron, but thank you for asking.
Your meta
Yeah.
wife.
I accepted
Almost, I
the,
suppose.
the crash that were sent to me, but they're not showing up in my sheet.
Oh, not in the consumables section.
No,
No.
Oh,
I don't see
well.
them.
You got 10 of each of the types I sent to you,
Yeah.
and that goes for anyone else. Well, actually,
Let
no,
me
Jane,
see.
you would have gotten 4.
Yeah, I got him. Thank you.
No, they're not. But they showed up for you, Jane? When Swavi sent them to you?
I've got 20 of them now.
That's so weird. Okay.
Wait, I should only have 16 because I had 12 earlier, so it doubled up on me somehow, I think.
Yeah, I think something in the inventory is being weird because it happened when I got credit sticks as well, that the numbers just.
I
weren't
think
getting
this game
Oh.
is like it's 2 XP weekend, so
It just loves you extra.
Oh, we have 13 people in the stream at the moment. One of them is me, but to everyone else,
Hey.
hello.
Hello, viewers.
Nice to have
hello
you here.
viewers. Jane is how to say hello to the viewers.
Swavi, which flavors did you send to Loragus? Crasher, happier now ex-lover.
Yeah, as well as disappointed parent. No, that was
And-
Nareth. I gave Nareth disappointed parents.
It's like the worst gift you could give someone in real.
You know,
the
disappointed
nightmare
parent.
fuel.
Nightmare Fuel. There we go. That's the
Nightmare
other one.
fuel. And
Oh,
10
I
of
can't
each?
seem to. I can't seem to
Yes.
close the Crash vending shop.
You are stuck inside the machine.
Forever
I am
now.
trapped in the machine forever.
I can't seem to stop buying everything out of this.
I have no
slowly but
crash,
surely.
yet I must vend.
The machine
I'm
is
gonna
home
restart my thing really quickly because it's being mean.
now. Yeah, restart Foundry.
Pretty
No,
sure I'm
don't take the
close.
orange away. That's the one that I had up for myself for real.
Oh! I
That
thought I
wasn't
put
for
the
real. I bought it because I didn't know what it was, and then I stopped buying them.
I thought I put it in there by accident.
No, that's the one that I actually really bought myself.
There you go.
Mhm.
Jane's gonna sit down awkwardly and try to look really, really approachable right now, right here, right
On
here.
her big comfy armchair.
She's like trying to cross her alien legs and move her tail, and then, oh, never mind.
Right, well, I reckon I've sacked everything of values I like from this floor, so I'm ready to go loot some parts whenever you guys are.
Yeah, Laura has been in this room by herself this whole time, and when you come in, she kind of starts and closes the notebook that she's got in front of her real fast and shoves it back into her backpack and goes, "Yes,
Oh.
all right, let us sleep."
Oh, you do keep a diary? That's interesting.
It is something. Let us go.
Oh, alright, I won't ask questions if you won't. Fair enough.
That is an agreement that we established the moment we woke up, basically. I like it.
And you all pile into the elevator and down the stairs you go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
down the stairs. Down the elevator you go.
Let's go. Yahoo!
I've still got the
Oh,
heart
sorry, we'll
of
get copyright
that,
struck for that probably.
Gasp.
I still got that heart floating around with me too.
Is the elevator limited in functionality? Oh no, we're back on the welcome deck. Yeah. So
wow.
Nareth just starts plundering. I don't know where you need me to move, but every single thing you can plausibly think of that can in some way, shape, or form help, Nareth attempts to do.
Okay.
If there's any thrills, I
Nala.
shoot them.
Nora,
Yes.
you're very good with the technological things. Would you be able to copy the captain's ID to both yourself and myself?
Nareth
Oh,
looks to
multiple
see if she can do
captains.
that.
That is a very smart idea. Also, where the fuck is Jane?
Give me a data check to try and make that copy, and Jane is right there.
I'm right
Can
here.
I give
Go.
Narath advantage on that?
Yes.
Jane is
Or roll it
Jane is-
myself also?
Jane's trying to lean seductively on this while making eyes at Suave.
Who can't see you because you're outside their range of vision.
Let me confine
It's fine.
this. I need
Suave's
to do
gone.
this.
Suave, over here. Go down. Go south. She's just like, hey.
Okay, so can I give Narath advantage?
You may.
Alright, it's a data check.
Tis.
Would Suave notice Jane giving him eyes?
5.
I
She's
would
got
say
her
if you
mouth
look over
hanging
there,
wide
yes.
open. She's
Yeah,
very.
I rolled an 18.
She's very
can't-
awkward. I wish you
Where
weren't
is
so
Jane?
awkward,
I
Jane.
can't see her for the life of me. Where is her counter? I literally cannot see it.
Southeast of you.
Please notice me,
I cannot see her.
To
She's
the west.
invisible for me. I literally cannot see her. I can stream my screen to prove it. I cannot see her.
Please do not.
She has gone. She has gone
Should
completely.
I reload my foundry? May I?
Yes. She's right beside you now.
Oh well, I'll pretend I can see her IRL, but yes.
Nareth, you successfully make that copy, and you are able to give Loricus a copy of the captain's pass, and that lets you have access to each one of these systems, so I won't make you roll for them. What you can do then is I'm going to give you, I already gave you access to this document, and it lets you know what systems are in the ship and what you might be able to take over to ping.
Okay.
Okay. And to what extent are like, how do I put this into words? There is a word in my brain, and it is not happening in this precise moment. Okay, so to what extent, like, how long would each of these take? Do we know?
You've messed around with systems before, but most of your experience is in land vehicles, yes?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Most of my experience is as a mechanic.
So just because you can take the things doesn't necessarily mean you'll be able to incorporate them properly. But what I will let you do is I'll let you essentially go ahead and sack this area, and the only thing that you'll need to roll for is how you handle the core, and how you guys get that back to the ship. And then once you get back to ping, I'll let you take all of the components you sack, and in the time that you have there, you can go through them all, look at them in your downtime, and decide what you want to try and tinker with. Does that sound fair?
Yeah.
Okay. So what we'll go ahead and roll then is going to be over here.
Wait, over where? I'm confused. What?
To the west.
To the west.
Oh, yeah.
Direct
They go
west
over
of
to
your
here.
location. Yep. That's what you know to be the secondary core location.
Yeah.
You can open it up with the captain's pass, not a problem. Then you
Okay.
just need to transport it. So, who and how would you like to do that?
I'll avoid cause safe for teleportation.
Yes, if they're accompanied. I wouldn't just put one in a teleporter and hope for the best.
If that's the case, then I would say it would probably the best thing we could do would be to take just straight up take the void core via teleporter. Makes the most sense. Start with that because the secondary one isn't used for anything. It's as backup, right?
Correct.
Well, that's the one we're taking, right? Because
Yeah. So
secondary one
I'm
is
checking
one
just to
that's
make sure we're not taking the one that powers the ship and keeps us alive and breathing. 'Cause
Yes.
we haven't found
Oh, right.
we haven't found any spacesuits either. So I think anything else we want to take, we'll have to take bit by bit before we can try and take the last core. But if we take the last core, we can't teleport out. So it's pretty much a leave one core situation.
Exactly.
Alright,
yeah.
So, should we all just work together to get the first core and then come back and loot everything after we get that first core safely, at least relocated back to our own ship?
I would say yes. I would say that's probably the ideal.
Alright, let's do that.
Anything I can help with? I'm not much for that sort of technical stuff, but I can carry things.
Yep, we
you
just
know.
need all hands for carrying for heavy things, because none
Pretty
of us
much.
are strong.
Actually, yes. GM, could you give us the information for our ship and the and the ship we're currently on, so I can compare the information?
Yes, I can.
Tell
I think
you
I might
what,
have closed it.
If you two tech heads over there can like disassemble and do all the, the fancy technical stuff, and then Jane and I can carry it to the ship and back, maybe? Question mark.
I don't care. Whichever way.
Alright, that works.
So from whoever wants to, I will need, and if somebody's helping, you can do it with advantage. I'll need sleight of hand for whoever is actually taking the core out of the containment unit.
Are you guys aware of?
Suave, come
I
do
don't
what
know
we tell you to do.
guys, I don't know if you've noticed
Oh,
something.
well, alright.
You
Say
know
please.
you know on the ping information board,
See?
the time log has the event horizon Wednesday, May 8th, 3472, which is presumably when we came through the portal, but then has the Rusted Labyrinth 3471. Are we in the BC era, or have we gone back in time?
No, this is normal
Well,
time frame. This is I had
either
already
that-
checked the time logs on these, and the time log for the event horizon of our arrival here is 6 months prior to the time log that the Rusted Labyrinth froze at. So the Rusted Labyrinth, time marked wise,
Right.
has been
Okay.
here 6 months.
Okay. Sorry, just clarifying that because I
Yeah.
did just have a question there.
Lore has been on top of this. She has been all
Cool.
about
Sorry,
trying to
I
fucking
remembered you
track
checked the
these.
timelines, but I wasn't sure if that was our personal timeline or the timelines of the individual ships.
I mean, those are the timelines recorded on the ship's logs. Whether or not those times fucked up and actual
Yeah.
experienced time is different,
Um,
because the Rusted Labyrinth's one did freeze.
yes. GM, do we have the information of the Rusted Labyrinth as well? Because you've only given me the ping.
Oh, yes. I gave you that previous, but let
Yeah,
me
they're both
pull
here.
it back up.
Sorry, I accidentally closed my Rusted Labyrinth, I think, instinctively, just because it popped up, and then I forgot I couldn't open it up again.
Jane
There
is
you go.
kind of like, I
Handouts
don't know what to do with this info, but she's like
available?
listening.
No, we don't have access to those handouts just naturally. Okay.
GM, so are we able to just take the secondary void core onto the ping and just come back without any issues?
Yes.
Yeah, we need somebody to roll sleight of hand, and I think that we should tell Suave what to do. And
Okay,
have
I would.
Suave roll it
Can
with
we have?
advantage.
Yeah, I think Suave rolling it with advantage is
Oh.
the ideal.
I mean, I could
I'm an
probably
extra
offer
boy.
some sleight of hand. That's probably.
Yeah, one of the two of you, whoever's better, get your fingers in here.
Well,
I'm-
can you at least take me out to dinner first, please?
Can Suave and I,
That's
with our
not what I
powers
meant.
combined? Also, I'm debating if Jane maybe needs a disadvantage to hers because she's gonna be all nervous about Suave being there.
Well, then don't fucking do it, Jane.
Oh.
This is what Laura says in her head. She's like, then you don't do it. This is delicate.
I support.
That's like one of my
I
strongest
support,
suits, but I'm like, I got scared.
support the swain. Alright,
Okay.
well,
I think it's on you, Suave.
will I do it then?
You do
Roll
it.
Let us
advantage or am I
down.
being
We're
helped?
giving you advantage.
Okay, sleight of hand with advantage.
You did good.
Excellent.
Yay.
Excellent. You manage, and you do it just fine with Nareth and Lorcas breathing down your neck and Jane making eyes behind you and probably looking at your butt. You still manage to
I don't
slide that
understand
void
that.
core
What
right
little
out.
bit Suavi has.
So here's the thing. Jane comes from like a clone, so she doesn't know what's sexy or not. So she's just like checking out his elbows and just really random parts going, I like that, right? Question mark.
Wait. Here's the thing though. Lorcas should be privy to all of this. Lorcas will hear you.
Lorcas is. Yep. Yep. And she's just like kind of trying to create a little wall in her mind where she can focus on getting this void core out of here safely while Jane is looking at elbows and Laura's like, this is a conversation for later. This is not something to do right now. I need
But
to focus.
Lorcas' elbows are so cute.
You're so loud.
So
You're
cute.
just so loud.
I know. So
Suavi has no
loud.
idea.
No.
Ah. Love this game. Right.
And you have the void core now that you need to repair your ship.
Alright.
Okay.
I'll
So after that, unless people don't want me to try and take take lead on this, we can make this a group effort. I just had thoughts on what we might want to do first.
So we get it teleported over and we come back?
Well, do we all have to go? That seems a bit of a waste. You two could be like
I
doing
mean, I'm
stuff
just
while-
saying that I don't think we need to do this step by step. I think I think that we should just sort of grand scale discuss this for the sake of efficiency and speed. And only do that just like a little bit less role play, just get this all out of the way so we can move on because we've cleared out the ship. Basically, this is just logistics at this point.
Right, but I wanted to
Agreed.
clarify with the GM. We are able to get this teleported over and come back?
Yes, you can teleport this over, and in fact, you do. You all step into the teleporters and you arrive back on the disinfection area of your ship, Ping. Ein comes with you, I'm sure. He comes in one of the teleporters alongside someone,
Yay.
and you've arrived back
we're
on
all
your
tiny.
ship. Yes.
Alright, so we'll drop off
We're
the
all small
core and
again.
then come back.
GM, I closed the ping sheet by accident because I wanted to see what was on the screen.
Is it not in the handout section?
No.
I don't know where the
Put
handout
in there.
section is. Is it?
It's-
Oh no, so it is. It is. I found it. There you go. Thank you for informing that
There we
existed. I
are.
did not know that existed.
Yes.
Okay, so we
Anything that you're allowed to see from now on, I'll put in there.
okay, so we run back as noted back to the ship. Oh no, I went to the wrong area. That's the welcome deck. Oh no, that is the welcome deck. Yeah, so I go back to the welcome deck of the other ship. So
Nareth, what I
What-
would recommend for you, essentially, since you're the engineer and you're the one with the tinkerer's tools, if you're the one who's going to be installing the void core, I would recommend you take it from Suavi and go install it while your friends loot what they
I
can
think-
and bring it over.
I think right now, I think what Nareth would say is we don't need
we-
to install the other void core. Right now, it's better to have
Yeah.
all hands on deck disassembling everything.
Right.
Just to have as many
Does-
things.
Can I throw a sleight of hand
Can
in?
the void core be
Oh,
set
or-
down safely somewhere until we're done and then we can come back to it?
Yeah, you have a containment unit in the storage space. You can set that in
Okay.
there, and it will be
Should
safe and
I-
undisturbed.
Should I roll sleight of hand if I want to start helping with it? And stop
Um,
looking at Suavi's butt? I don't know.
As long as you're moving things
Aw.
carefully, if you're going back to the welcome deck and you're going to pick apart everything, if you take your time, move carefully and slowly, and take all of the pieces, then I'll say that you can go ahead and strip everything down, pluck everything in a couple of hours' time working together without a ton of checks. We'll just make let's see. For each system, I'm going to
something-
have you make a data check to see since a couple of them are broken, how much of the components you're able to recover?
I just.
If with the cloaking gear, ours was stripped pre-more jump.
Hmm.
Would there be enough parts in this cloaking equipment for us to be able to get it fully active?
So I want you to roll a data check to see if you can pull enough parts from their cloaking system. That's how we're gonna do this.
Okay. Data check. I have a +5, 21.
Yes, you are able to pull enough parts from their cloaking system. You think if you could dedicate a few hours to putting these together, you could fix Ping's cloaking system.
Okay, but does it take us a few hours to strip it down, or is it just strip it down, send it over, come back, strip something else, and then I can spend hours and hours and hours putting it all together later?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. You can strip down everything in a matter of a couple hours, not just this one item. Everything gets stripped in a couple of hours, and then you'll have to spend multiple hours putting things together. Everything's not totally complete, so you'll have to finagle with this and, you know, extend that and maybe use a little duct tape here and maybe add this bonus piece there. Um, but you can do all of that while you're on ping.
Okay. Okay. So what else is it that we're gonna potentially want? So, can we get parts from the Rusted Labyrinth that our ship doesn't already have? So, for example, the sublight, the cruising engines. Our ship doesn't have cruising engines. Can we get cruising engines?
Specifically, the cruising engines you won't be able to do because they're the only engines that this ship has.
Right. Well, can we not deactivate them, strip it down as the last thing, and go?
Well, yeah, you could do that.
I don't like that tone of voice. That sounds like a fuck around and find out type voice.
All we have done this entire campaign is fuck around and find out, so I don't think that's new.
Yeah, that's just D&D. Okay. So what do you guys think is the best thing that we should next do? I think trying to repair the weapons. Does this ship have a light cannon or something similar? No, we have a light cannon, but it's damaged.
Might I suggest that if there's any hope of us getting back to the known verse, we're gonna need a way to do jumps.
Yes. Do they have a jump engine or anything? Teleporters? No.
That
Shield
void
generator,
crystal
no.
is going to be what enables your ship to do jumps.
Okay. Okay. So we have cloaking. Let's see what else the ship has that we might want. So, is it
possible that if we took the life support from this system, we could potentially create a backup life support system for our own ship, so that if something were to go bad, our life support system would have the ability to be very hardy?
That's a really great idea, and it would make perfect sense if you could somehow be on this ship without a life support system.
Yeah, because that's the problem is we've not found any.
We've suits on our ship.
You
Do we? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
If that's the case, if someone can grab those
So,
suits, then.
Last thing we do, we could potentially try and put on suits and strip out the life support system.
That one I
Yeah.
will make you roll for, because that one will be difficult since it's a vital system.
That's fine. We can do. Let's see what else there is in the ship that we might potentially want. So,
I want the radio array.
okay. Do we not have a radio array already?
No.
No, we have communications. You're right.
We have communications, but not a radio array, and a radio array will receive messages from very, very.
I see. Okay. But that is another vital system. Are there any non-vital systems we want to strip down first? So there's the Arcana-resistant shield and the antivirus module, which we might want to potentially take.
Yeah. I think that the shields.
I think both shields and the antivirus module, because there's also the shield generator, which is worth taking.
Yeah,
Is
ours
there
got
anything-
stripped. So
Is
the
there
shield
anything that
generator
could-
would be good.
Sorry for interrupting.
Right.
Sorry. Is there any way that we could improve our virtual assistant, give Saya a bit of a boost?
That's just
Maybe
the void
with the
core.
simulator?
That's just the. I mean, the simulator would be really great, but I think that's just the void core we need.
Okay.
Although I would say that I think a simulator would be very worthwhile, but again, it's a vital system, which means that that's a difficult thing for us
I
to
think that
take apart.
maybe if we do the antivirus module and then both the Arcana shield and the normal shield, so
Yep.
that we can provide protection for our ship that would be a next step of a thing to take.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Always use protection. Speaking from experience.
DM. So starting with the antivirus module, which is not damaged, is manually disengaged. Are we able to just take all the parts we need for that pretty clearly?
Yes, you can, because it's disengaged.
Okay, we take that. Do we? Are you making notes of this, DM, or should we be making notes?
I mean, it's recorded, so I'll watch it back and take notes. I always
Okay.
watch it back.
Fair enough. I'll actually make my own notes for my own sanity. So we got the void core. Then we also got the cloaking. Then we got the antivirus. And then GM, do you want one of us to make a roll for data to get the Arcana resistant shield?
Indeed.
All right. Can anyone help me,
Can
or
I
is
help
this
you?
just? Yeah, I was about to say.
I know magic very well, so I think that the, resisting to magic is a thing that I could potentially also provide help with to give you advantage on this.
Ooh, I like that reasoning. Yes, you can have advantage from lore.
Delicious. I rolled a natural 18 plus 5, 23.
Yes, you are able to strip that Arcana system right off, and you can definitely install this on Ping. You know how to
Okay,
match it up.
Yep. Then we have the shield generator. No one can give me advantage on this, so it's just me, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can give you
15 plus-
advantage by being helpful.
That's up to the DM.
15 plus.
5, 20 total.
Oh yes. I mean, you could have the advantage, but you don't need it. 20 is enough. Yes.
Right, so we've got those. Okay, so we've pretty much stripped out. Do we have our own navigational array? We have our own navigation. That's
system.
fine. Are there any parts we could potentially use to get our own light cannon active? This ship has no weapons, but is there anything we could strip down and repurpose?
It's a good question.
Because I mean, the only thing I can think of would potentially be the simulator if it fires hard light. Oh no, because there's a light cannon in terms of weight, not in terms of actual. Yeah, never mind. That was. Right, sorry.
I don't
hard
think
light,
you're gonna
thank you.
find anything that fires on this ship. I mean, it's a good thought to keep hold of because you may well run into other ships.
Oh, I just had a really interesting idea, guys. What if we took the simulator, combined it with the cloaker, and then it would allow our ship to functionally transform into other things, as like a sort of hard pseudo.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on anymore, but okay.
I'm just saying, it's a perfectly valid
It's all right,
concept.
Jane.
We take the
I'll keep you
simulator,
company.
we simulate outside. It means we could potentially create dangerous environments for enemy ships nearby or anything like that.
Bobby noticed me. That's what goes through her head.
Nerith, you understand that this concept that you're coming up with is entirely possible. It would take a significant amount of work, both inside and outside Ping. But as it's forming together in your head, you understand that you could make this happen.
Okay,
Seems like a good idea, especially since we don't have a very good way of defending ourselves should we encounter something. I will help you pull the simulator out. I think we should also take the radio away.
which one do we want to start with, simulator or radio, Ore?
It's up to you.
Lorcus, I'm going to let you take the lead on that because I've been doing a lot of rolls, so I'm going to let you guys pick.
We'll go with the simulator first, just
Okay.
and then radio array. I don't think it matters what direction we go in. And then I think the last thing we would want after that is the life support system. But before we really tap these vital systems, as like maybe while the shield generator is being pulled apart, Lore has sort of stepped away from everybody else and wants to access all of the different data logs now that she has captain's level accessibility, and see if
Sure.
she can't find anything in the sensor logs, in the time logs, anything in like post arrival personal logs, anything to give further explanation as to what has happened, where they are here, if any other things have been detected here, if there's a additional time anomalies occurring, because we know that a time anomaly occurred in order to get us to this location, that she might be able to start putting these things together.
Okay. Since you know what you're looking for and you're not necessarily quote unquote hacking anything because you have the clearance, roll investigation for me, please.
All right. Would I get that at advantage?
Not this one.
Okay.
All right, so you're digging around and you see that the most shocking thing you notice is there seems to be nothing recording the incident of the event horizon for this ship. Ping has its own event horizon recorded, and you can see as everything happens on your ship as you watched them strip the components down and everything like that. But this ship doesn't have anything like that. It just has a record of what was going on just before, and you see people all over the ship doing many of the same things you did, hunting thwirls and gambling and drinking and having a good time. And then suddenly on it'd be the middle deck, glass starts breaking and the viewports that you had seen shatter and things begin to start getting sucked out of them very quickly. It's a bit of a horror show.
Oh.
And then nothing. And then the video just stops.
On that topic, apologies for interrupting the moment, but Nareth's emotionator has broke in the stream.
Yes.
I should return.
Thank you.
And so there's no personal logs from any people. There's no
There are
like
captain's logs from before.
nothing after.
Nope, not a thing after. And everything from before is business as usual. Orbiting, we have this customer coming in, High Roller lost an extreme amount of money and got into it with one of the defense droids. Usual captain's notes, kind of. Two crewmates were having an affair and he had to reprimand them. That's in there
This
as
reminds me
well.
of my romance novels.
Nareth, if you're going to strip those components, another data roll, please.
Okay, I have advantage.
You do.
Due to bits and pieces, so I am going to.
One last clarification.
Mhm.
Laura is going to do just one last thing before she walks away from all of this. It looks like the ship may have just kind of died in terms of like recording history and stuff. So she's going to look and see, it should have recorded the use of the teleporter. Is that not recorded?
Ah, it does show that the teleporter was used. But strangely enough, it's reading that the teleporter was used on the date that it is right now.
In our time or in the computer on the ship's time?
Computer on the ship's time.
Okay, so it's the computer ship definitely is a broken time tracker.
Yep.
Okay. But it is showing that it used some systems.
It logs 4 incoming and then 5 outgoing creatures and then 4 more incoming, and it looks on the manifest as though they all happened simultaneously.
Okay. All right. I think
that
that
not
Laura
obvious?
might just download some of these logs to her personal pad and for possible like later review again, but she'll go back to helping everybody else at that point.
All right. Do we have any more systems to pick through?
Yes. So that was I gave you my roll for the simulator.
The 23. Ooh, okay. Simulator is going to be a hard one too. With the 23, you managed to get the simulator out and you managed to get all of it intact. Nothing broke. Nice.
Then it was going to be the radio array, so I also had help from Loreka, so I'm going to roll again.
With advantage for that one, yep.
Again, my dice like me. I got a 16 plus 5, 21.
Yes, you managed to get that radio array. Even the most delicate antennae, which there are many of, and you managed not to snap any of them, not to get anything tangled. Everything is nicely organized, so the radio array
use
at
my
least should
psychic-
be very easy to import over.
Yeah, I'll use my psychic mage hand because I've dropped off the heart the first time we went over to the ship. I'm not carrying that thing anymore. So I'll use my psychic mage hand to help with like floating up the different like wires and components as we do the radio array to keep everything very nicely organized and stuff.
Beautiful. And then after you strip everything else, are you going to come back and try and strip the life systems?
Is there anything actually left apart from the life systems? I think, yeah, that's pretty much everything.
Well, there's the teleporters, which we have to leave intact. There's the sensors, which I wouldn't mind if we teleported or if we stripped those and saw if we might be able to enhance our own.
Is that
Our
something
own
we can do?
sensors are actually
Thing is,
damaged,
the teleporters
so
are the
maybe
way we
actually...
leave. The
No,
teleporters
no,
are
no,
the way.
no. I was saying we can't take the teleporters.
We need those to
Right.
get back on
Right.
thing.
Actually, our sensors are damaged, so maybe we need to take these sensors to be able to repair them.
Are they? I thought our sensors were fine.
It says ours are damaged.
Oh, I must have misread it.
They were fine, but they were harmed during the initial jump, the event horizon. Something
Right.
funky happened to your ship.
So let us maybe grab those two.
Yeah, I'll do that then. Yeah, okay, so I will roll another data check.
Help again.
Natural 20 and an 18, so 25 with the natural 20.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Not only are those sensors able to be pulled off of the ship, they're essentially plug and play. You'll be able to pop them right into ping.
Okay, and then we also wanted to take, so we all grab suits, life suits,
Yep.
and the like. And then we're gonna go for the life support, I think.
All right. For the life
So,
support,
yeah.
well, you'll get 3 chances, and I need 2 out of 3 successes.
Oh, okay, so it's 3 checks. Okay.
What is the check for that? Because if it's sleight of hand, then
Yeah, what's the
there's
check?
probably-
Well, I was actually I was looking for 1 data success and 1 sleight of hand success.
Right.
Well,
Okay.
If anyone
we can.
wants to help me with my dexterous elven fingers,
I can help. I can help. I just sleight of hand. I can do that. Hey.
Sounds like you have a
Oh.
volunteer, Suave.
Oh, okay. thank
Mentally,
you.
Laura will tell Jane, just stay calm.
So do I just roll normal?
There's no need to
or
be nervous.
Do I need to roll anything on this?
Well, I can roll with advantage, Jane.
Okay.
giving,
Yeah.
giving me
Okay.
help
Okay.
for the sleight of hand check. So
I'm very thick with dexterity.
Hey.
Excellent.
And then I will help Nareth with that data.
Rolling.
I know a fair bit about stuff, but
what'd you get?
Uh-oh.
What did
I
the
rolled
physical
my
dice
highest
say?
on my 2 dice was a 9 plus 5. That's a 14.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, no.
So, nope, you have...
Just in case chat was thinking I was cheating in some way, shape, or form, I think I've just proven I'm not. Haha.
Well, we have 1
should we
success
switch this?
and 1 failure,
try-
so you have a chance
one more
to
chance.
try again.
Okay. So I also have a +5 to my data roll. Should we switch it and give me the roll for
Yeah,
it with
Nareth
advantage?
is happy to step back and help you instead.
Oh, whoops. It only rolled once.
Just roll a second one. Yeah.
no!
Oh!
Alright, well, I got a 15.
Okay, so you manage, because of your skilled hands, you do manage to pull some components, probably about half of them, but the other half just, they look too frayed and broken, and they've been in space too long unprotected.
Fucking squirrels.
Fucking thwirls, man, they look nommed on. But maybe if you find another ship and you manage to scavenge half from them, you'll be able to put them together.
All right, so we have half the ingredients for a life support pie, but we still need the pastry.
Indeed. These could bolster yours and maybe keep them active a little longer, but if yours fail, these will not pick it up. They're not going to be an efficient backup yet.
Okay. Well, we've got a half of it. We can get another half maybe later. Let's I think we're good. I think we've taken everything we possibly can.
The last thing that Nareth is going to specifically need party help with, because I presume this is not just an internal aspect. I assume trying to get the cruising engines is also turning off the engines and physically taking off parts from the outside, I presume.
It is indeed.
What would... Are those going to help us?
I
Do
mean,
we have engines? Do we not
no,
have
but
engines?
we do have engines, but our engines are perfectly normal engines that do nothing special. Our engines give us a speed of 3,000 feet per second. The cruising engines double it,
Alright.
which
Well,
gives us
let's-
6,000 for such a small ship as we are. Although our
Alright.
ship's actually quite bloody mahusive, but that's, you know.
Okay, go for it.
So what I'm gonna need from the rest of the crew then is actually once everything else has been gathered, we deactivate this ship's engines, and then I basically spacewalk around to once the engines have cooled to take them apart manually. But I need the ship to be able to catch me in case something goes wrong.
Right. So one thing I want to check before we go any further with this plan: do the engines need to be active for the teleporters to work?
That is an excellent question.
Because if the teleporters aren't on because the engines aren't on, we have.
Well-
I mean, I don't see why they would be the same engine. Like, if you look, the engines are not tied into the teleporters. They're completely tied in as separate systems.
Yeah, I think it's a matter of the void crystal, and this still is powered by, albeit a
Okay.
fractured one. So yeah, the teleporters will
Okay.
still function even if the
Was
engines
it
are
this
off.
one had a fractured one, or was it the ping that had the fractured one?
Oh, both. But this one
Both.
just you took the spare.
It's fractured but still capable of running like the last few systems that
Yep.
we've
Would I
left
be able
intact.
to use the fractured crystal to repair our fractured crystal?
Ooh, now that's highly dangerous. That's smashing
Just
atoms
makes me
together,
think
but you
of,
can try.
Let's
Makes me
not
think
smash
of South
atoms.
Park's fractured butthole.
Why are you thinking about that in the middle of a D&D game? That's not an appropriate thing. This is a family-friendly show.
Oh, of course. Regardless of Jane's salacious imaginings of elbows.
What are you talking about? I'm not doing anything wrong.
You
And
are
definitely
drooling.
no
No
crime.
crime and no elbows.
I'm not drooling. I don't even ingest. I don't even have a digestive system.
That's what makes it really impressive.
Alright, so
I
how
think that-
exactly do you want us to be able to help you be... I think you're gonna have to get these by yourself unless somebody else is gonna spacewalk with you.
I mean, unless if someone wants to, but it's something that I think is worthwhile. It doubles our movement speed. It means that we
I
can
mean-
zip around.
I agree. I don't know that... I don't think Lore can help with this, though. I think this one's a little bit too mechanical. It's
Nareth?
more of like a tech, maybe.
I need you to roll intelligence for me.
Straight intelligence, sure. Straight intelligence, I think that's a 15. That is a 15.
A 15? It occurs to you that maybe if you lined up the ship just right with the homunculus you have, you could shorten the distance you need to spacewalk and make things easier on yourself if somebody could pilot the ship.
Yep. That's not a
Ping,
bad
that
idea.
is.
The only problem for that is we'd have to spend some time in plugging in the new void core.
Indeed you would.
But that's fine. So, okay, if that's the case, then I'll go back to the ship, plug in the new void core, and then we can start. And then I'm happy to start by myself trying to take apart because they need to give the engines time to cool anyway.
As far as plugging in the new void core, it's going to be just slightly a little more titchy than that. I will need a sleight of hand check to fit it in, or you can use your Tinkerer's tools since I know you're proficient.
Ooh, I am proficient, and I get a D4. What's the associated stat though? Is it dexterity, intelligence? What's the stat I'm using?
I will let you use intelligence.
Oh, you spoil me, DM. Okay, so D20, D4 plus 5. Can I get assistance from Suavi with his sleight of hand skills?
You may.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'll happily provide advantage.
Alright. Okay, so I rolled a 10 plus 5 plus 1, 16.
Okay, excellent. You slide the core in, and what do you do with the broken one? Do you take it out or do you leave it in there?
I mean, we have to take it out. We could just kind of inject it into space, maybe. That's not a bad idea.
Could potentially do that.
What
But
do
you
guys think?
slide the new
Wait.
one in there.
Wait, can the broken one be used for smaller power supply purposes?
Potentially. It's hazardous. You know that when a void core is broken, it becomes unstable, and that means very dangerous, but you can use it at your own risk.
Would I be able to make this into a weapon?
Potentially. And you see all of the lights come on, Nareth, as you put that void core in place and all of the systems heave to life.
Hey. Okay, so that brings me great amounts of joy. Right. So
We have a containment locker we can put the broken void core in
and
for the
will the
moment.
containment locker protect it from detonating?
Yes.
Okay. Here is Nareth's maniacal scheme.
Oh,
Well,
DM,
maniacal.
what happens if you shoot this at a ship or something? What happens if you shoot a cracked void core or something?
Potentially you create a black hole.
How big of a black hole? How
Yeah,
big of a
no.
black hole are we talking?
That depends on how badly the crack is in the void core.
Well, also,
Could I
black
make a check to fix-
holes grow very quickly, regardless of how small they start.
Well, no, because thanks to our dearly departed friend Stephen Hawking, we know for a fact that some black holes, if they are initially small enough, burn more energy than they use. I don't know the science behind it specifically, but they rapidly piddle out. Because if they're
It's a
not big enough,
potential.
there's not enough mass to maintain them.
Then yeah, you know that there is potential for that, but no guarantees.
And also, I'm gonna be real with you guys. The ability to shoot a black hole at something is something that I, as Hill, deeply desire.
Out of character.
Out of character.
I want to throw some dynamite. I'm just gonna say
I
that out
mean-
loud.
We can definitely put it in a storage locker for safekeeping for the time being. So I think at the very least that we should do that while you go spacewalk.
Okay, we pop it in a storage locker, as long as we're fairly certain. DM, actually, before we put it in a storage locker, could Nareth make some kind of check to figure out how big of a black hole it would create?
And then let's do a moonwalk.
Look,
There's
even
really
if,
no-
even if it's not going to create a very big black hole and we decide we don't want it, Lore might want it for the powering of various possible experiments that she has. Who knows?
You want to use it to power an experiment when it might
Who
create a
knows?
black hole?
Maybe. Okay? We'll have use for it. Just put it in the storage
Okay,
locker.
if you're gonna do that, you're gonna be using that while on a spacewalk.
Maybe. We'll just put it in the locker for now.
Put it in the locker. We put the highly dangerous black hole creating device into the locker. That's definitely not gonna bite us in the butt.
No,
we
that's
have-
totally
I-
fine.
Do we have two
I
lockers?
love experimentation as much as the next elf, but yeah, no, that's the universe might be infinite, but my patience is not.
Do we have
Alright.
two of these safety lockers
You have plenty of safety lockers.
that we could take the void core from the other ship and bring over and put in one?
Yeah, you
We're
have.
gonna take the other cracked one. Oh god, okay. That one's gonna have to be transported via a spacewalk though, because the
Yes.
teleports will deactivate.
Yep.
Okay, if you want to do that while I'm taking apart the
Sure.
engines, and then that way we can have Suavi and Jane keep an eye on us with the umbilical.
I mean, this is probably a sleight of hand thing, so maybe I can convince
Oh.
Jane that it would be amazing to show off. I'm terrible.
What do I do? What do I
Oh,
do? What do I
that's
do? What do I do? What do I
definitely-
do? What do I 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 do?
Lawful evil over
Calm
there.
down and just follow my instructions.
Okay.
Lift it up and be very gentle.
Okay. I'm gonna do
Can I
that.
provide her advantage through telekinetic instruction? Or not telekinetic, but telepathic?
What am I rolling, by the way? I don't know where I'm going.
I'm
GM.
so, what are you rolling? You are rolling sleight of hand.
And can I my telepathy provide? Oh, you don't really need it. Cool.
No, Jane doesn't. She manages just fine, very impressively.
Yeah. Very impressive.
Oh, Jane. Nice.
Stealing void cores like a champ.
See? All right, put that in the safety locker, and we have 2 void cores.
To
Fractured
cracked,
bones.
deadly. I'm gonna make torpedoes. I hope you're aware of this. I'm making space torpedoes.
You have 2 potential black holes with no way of knowing how big they might get until if they crack further and
Hey,
shrug.
you know what?
Love that for
I'm
us.
just saying, it's not sci-fi until your party has an exterminatus button. Okay, if we need to wipe out a planet, we have the capacity.
Speaking of
Oh.
those, you now have functional scanners that will actually
on that.
properly scan with that void core working.
I'm all over
Yay.
that. I'm at those scanners. Tell me what I can scan. I want to
before we
scan
do that,
everything.
Do we want to first see if I can get the cruising engines?
I mean, I'm gonna run a scanner system stuff while you engine.
It's just more the fact that the DM can't do both at once, so I figured it'd be
No,
better
I
to
know.
finish getting the
Yeah.
parts and then go
Yep,
into
go ahead
details of
and
that.
you're gonna go out on the homunculus
Yeah.
for the cruising
Is
engines.
Is this a Tinker's Tools check as well, or is this data? Because this is physical parts, so I was hoping it'd be Tinker's Tools or something similar.
Well, first I need somebody, whoever wants to, a piloting check so you can put ping right behind those engines.
Not
Ooh,
me.
can I give it a go?
You can.
I am not going to because it won't be great.
Eh.
But
Nope, that's not
16.
bad. That's perfect. You managed to get that. You managed to get the homunculus tucked right under those main engines, so Nareth doesn't have to go very far in that spacesuit, and it's well within the reaches of the emergency tether, so you'll be able to pull them back in safely. So, well done, Suavi, on that. That's a pass.
Yay.
You needed
Thanks to
steal
that, you
some
stopped Norette from having a panic attack from being surrounded in the depths of space with nothing to save her except a tiny suit.
Again,
From
not a
Nareth,
use
I will
for
need data.
ambidextrous fingers.
Is this a Tinker's or Data? What is it?
Oh, Tinkers. Yes, apologies.
I love Tinker's Tools. It's such a joy. Ooh, that's a low number. That's a 9.
Oh, all right. So you're out there, Nareth, and you are tinkering away. And as you do, one of those engines begins to roar at you, and it scalds the tether of your suit, which is starting to burn. And you should probably turn around and not try anymore. But if you want to take the risk, you can roll again and try.
I'm going to see if there's anything Nareth can do that Nareth doesn't realize they can do.
Okay.
Okay. Is the engine still activating and being dangerous?
No, it just like flared up and a spark flew at your tether, which is now burning in the middle a little bit. So you are in danger if you don't go back now, but you still have another shot. You might be able if you just work a little harder.
Would Nareth, as Nareth is as sort of the floodgates have started to open and Nareth is kind of starting to use her innate abilities a bit more and more. Nareth sort of stumbles over to the umbilical cord and sort of tries to spend a minute using whatever supplies they have to fix it, and will attempt to inadvertently, without realizing, cast mending.
Ooh, okay. Beautiful. I love that. You mend the homunculus and it heals before your fingertips, and you see the metal stitch back together and the fabric of the tether stop being engulfed in flames, and you have saved the situation. You may roll again and you're no longer in danger.
Nareth does not acknowledge that she just did that, because in Nerath's eyes, she just used a crap ton of duct tape. Because that's the only thing that makes sense. There's no other potential reason for it. Okay, I'm gonna roll again. Still not astounding, but it's a 14.
A 14. You try as hard as you can, but those engines are stuck in that they are welded so tight,
Okay.
and you're just not able to get them loose, I'm afraid.
That's fine. Nereth will sort of defeated turn around and just do one last pass over to make sure the duct tape keeps the umbilical repaired, and heads inside to functionally to return.
All right, Nareth returns with no additional engine power, but you have managed to glean a ton already, and you can get to work on whatever you would like, as far as installing cloaking or whatever materials you want to put in first. But Lore, you had mentioned looking at the scanning systems.
Yes, please. I need to
Okay.
know things.
So we are gonna come above deck with you, Lore.
Yes.
And you're already
This
okay,
chair is
good.
mine.
So when
Show
you
me
turn
everything.
on the scanners, this is what you see.
Okay. There's some things pingable. Some things.
You see those locations have been circled as potential life signs.
Oh.
I'm loving this image, by the way. Big props whilst we have a moment to the GM for making this all happen and making all
Yeah.
these things.
Yes, I agree on that.
Absolutely. This
Thank
is
you.
awesome. All right. Is the rest of space still as empty and particleless as it had seemed when we first got here, or does it seem like we are in proper space?
It's very strange because it doesn't look like any sort of proper space that you are aware of. There's vast swaths of just absolute nothingness, which is normal enough. But then there's just a vast swath of what looks like cosmic clutter. Some planets here, some moons there, some asteroids over here, but nothing orbiting the way that you would expect it to. Nothing really moving much at all, it seems.
Okay. Can I get the system to starting with the one closest to us, do a little bit more of a focused scan to detect things like size, metal versus dirt versus, like, I don't know, whatever else, gases that might be able to help indicate if any of these are planets, if any of these are ships, if any of these are stars.
Yes,
I don't think
indeed.
stars should have life signs, but who fucking knows?
Who knows? So the first signal that comes in is a location called Swanyan Diva, and it shows up as a tier 3 planetoid with delta level inhabitants. You can, let's see. You, of all people, would actually know what these things mean, so I'm just going to give you the information. You would know that's what the different tiers are for planet members.
Okay.
Can I be a Sigma?
You want to be a Sigma planet?
There is no Sigma.
I'm making a Sigma male joke, but
And then you
what did
also
say?
know these are the world types or
Ooh.
celestial body types.
Okay. And you said this was tier 1. Tier 3.
Yes.
Okay. And what was the name of this one?
Swanee and Diva.
What was the advancement tiers of these? Does it give them information?
It does.
I have the information. Yeah.
So you know, Nareth, roll history. Because I'm not certain you would know this offhand, but I know Lore would.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'll give people like a briefing later, but I'm gonna go through all of the scans first of each of these and see if I can't I get a classification of a name. That's fantastic. Different, tiers of the types that they are, so that later I can just kind of inform everybody about some of the stuff here, because this is good. This makes me happy.
So, Nareth, you know, as Lore does, the different tiers of world advancement, it tends to talk about how the Aboriginal peoples of that world, how advanced they are. Do they have modern technologies, or are they in the Bronze Era? Do they know about intergalactic space flight? These are things that the Holy Ava Ra Empire established in order to caution spacers when interacting with locals, so that you don't visit a planet, say, in, the Lambda tier, and then accidentally blow their minds with phaser guns and mess up their entire trajectory of evolution.
I mean, if we're blowing their minds with phaser guns, it's literally shooting at them, probably.
I mean, if there's a Rothian slumber ship out there, it doesn't really matter because we don't give a crap about anything, I think. So
Yeah,
True,
that's probably a problem.
but technically the laws of engagement say that you should be advised of locals on planets that don't have up to intergalactic and interstellar travel yet.
Yeah.
So you
Okay.
should be nice to the locals. But the additional info you get about Swanyan Diva lore, you get information about its mass, its radius, density, rotation, how many days equals a day based on high Terra time. And I'm going to give you all of that information right there.
Oh, nice. Okay. Okay.
Tier 3 inhabitant. Tier Delta.
And okay, so this is a planetoid one. And does it say life form dense?
It doesn't
It
say
doesn't
what
appear
kind
to
of life
have.
forms.
So they have
But it has
technomagic.
life forms. Okay. What about the next one?
The next one gives you a similar reading. Hold on, let me pull that one up. I don't think I can show you the entirety of this one. No, I cannot. The next one pulls up a dwarven mall ship with life signs on it. If you roll history for me.
Okay. My sheet. So many sheets. Is history.
Sheet.
Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, you've heard of
That's a
this.
natural 20. I apparently fucking know these guys. Oh shit.
You have actually heard about this ship lore because it's the infamous inescapable spa ship. The Sonair Permanent Arraignment ship was very well known across the verse for being seemingly impossible to escape. That ship is not too far away, about 100 light years off in the distance. It's a dwarven mall ship, and you can tell some of the technologies on it. It has a lot of the same technology that Ping does, as far as it too has an arcana resistant cloaking, communication systems, a life support system, and it has life forms, but you cannot tell what kind of life forms are on there. Also, with that history check, you know. With that history check,
Sure,
you
not any
know
fucking
that
Taurus.
a couple hundred years ago, about 150 years ago, this ship infamously, just disappeared.
Right.
It was orbiting Yormund and Jotunhall in the Dwarven sector, and it made intergalactic headlines when this ship disappeared, with some of the most dangerous inhabitants in the verse aboard.
Hey, we can always shoot a black
Okay.
hole at them, I'm just saying.
No. Can we stop talking about black holes, please?
That's Hill talking, not Nareth. Nareth is
So
not
that
a
is-
vicious murder hobo.
That is a potentially dangerous one, and they're the second closest one to us. What about the third closest one?
The third closest one is not a planetoid or a ship, but actually looks to be a giant moving, one of the only moving objects you see on this serpent.
Oh,
Oh.
It's far larger than your ship. It's far larger than the other two objects that you've seen. It's a little further out than the first planet that you saw, and it is a large singular headed serpent with two curled horns, and you can't see much else other than that's what it looks like, and it appears to be a single life form.
Do any of us know anything about serpents in space?
What do you roll to know about space serpents?
You would have to roll nature for me.
You don't roll. You don't roll. You slither.
slither through
Not
space.
roll for Nareth. Nareth probably wouldn't know this.
I only know.
Why
about
do I know
romance
this?
novels.
Oh.
Why do I know this?
Oh my god!
Laura, you know this because you have heard the mythology about it, but
Ah.
you thought that that's all it was mythology. You have heard about a massive world-eating serpent that slithers along the planes of existence and noms on any small planetoids that get in its way.
Okay.
Well, we avoid that at all fucking costs then.
Well, we're not a planetoid, so we're probably safe.
No, we're even fucking smaller. Which means
Right,
it can
so we
eat
would
us more
barely even-
easily.
We wouldn't even be a snack for it. Like, it wouldn't want us. Hopefully. Cool. So terrifying
Serpent.
Yay, that's a mood.
What's the next one?
The next
There's
one
a
out you
fourth and
see
fifth. Yeah.
looks like it has very few life signs, very brief, very similar to the Rusted Labyrinth in life signs. Not thousands as far as, the thwirls, more in the hundreds and maybe dozens at that. When you look at the planetoid, let me open this up. It's called Kifo 13. It's known as the Toxic Moon. It's smaller in size. It was formerly the lesser moon of Rothmel, which may or may not be a planet you were familiar with, but it is in your data pad as the lesser moon of Rothmel and a known toxic atmosphere, which mean the indigenous forms have burrowed deep down under the ground. But flora and fauna flourish. They are a tier 3 Bronze Aged planetoid.
And then the last one.
The last one is perhaps the smallest of all and doesn't look so much like a planet as it does sort of a ship, but a very tiny ship, as though it were maybe just a single building or kiosk even floating by itself in through space.
Okay.
It is rectangular, and which it strikes you as odd because you don't see any external viewports, you don't see any engines. It looks like a rectangular box. And as though it's made of lead or something, you cannot get any reading on what's in it, but the computer tells you that it does appear to be showing some life signals.
That's an
So-
Albatross prison.
Right. So lore, having gone through these, has mythology on the mind also. Is there any kind of even mythological level crap about things that might have been trapped into lead boxes and shot into space because they were awful, terrifying creatures?
Or maybe the Rothians are gonna use them to build their warships.
Let me have a history check about that box.
Okay. There's. Whoops, I'm pushing the wrong things. Hang on. Okay, alright, there we go. Yeah, my luck couldn't possibly keep holding out. This is an 8. Yeah.
It's the strangest thing. It looks almost like a jewelry box, maybe? Maybe it has a lid that opens. But as you settle into these new facts, you realize that you guys have not chosen bedrooms on the ship yet, and you have a lot of space and time before you. If you set one of these destinations, you realize it will not be a day trip. You'll be at this for a few days at least, maybe weeks.
Well, tell you what, I reckon we all dibsy our rooms, and then we can maybe get to know each other a bit better, kick back with the horde of crashes and these few bottles of nice wine I have.
Alright, I think that at the very least, okay, wait. Was the Dwarven Mall ship moving?
No, it was not.
It was not moving, okay. Is the, Wanian Diva the opposite direction of the Dwarven Mall?
Yes.
Alright, I will suggest that at the very least, I think that we should move towards the Swanian Diva. It is closest, and it is also in the opposite direction of that Dwarven Mall. I don't know if all of the original inhabitants are still alive on it. They could be. But even if they're not, that isn't a very nice ship. And, we should perhaps not try and just go hang out with it right away.
I agree with Orpus.
I'm ready with whatever you guys want to do with it. I can fix the ship, and that's kind of really what I've been looking to do.
Alright. How do I set the autopilot on this thing again? Alright, here. Let's just put the coordinates in and go. Cool. And I think that I will just
Confirmed.
make it travel. Yes. Thank you, Captain.
Coordinates accepted. Destination accepted. Beginning travel. And you feel a little lurch.
Ooh.
Oh, I miss this feeling. Been a while.
And now Ping is moving through the galaxy on the way to Cyan Diva.
Yes.
So what shall you do, intrepid adventurers, while you wait?
Nareth is just putting parts on the ship, including trying to use some hopefully we can still use aspects of the simulator in the ship, but the majority parts of the simulator are going on the outside of the ship, so we can weaponize it somehow.
Excellent. Then that's how you'll use your
not
time.
look like we are us.
I'll essentially let you use travel time between planets and things like this as downtime. In the future, we'll be able to go over if you want to increase a skill maybe, or read a book, or attune to a magical item. This would be the ideal time for that.
I
I
think
realistically, Suave might just want to get to know his space companions more and just like chill out and vibe and maybe drink a bunch.
we did get a lot of alcohol.
I don't have a token, so no.
Swami, why are you so tiny?
Why are we
He's
all
a
so
small
tiny?
Suave.
I'm so large compared to you.
Oh. Tech issues, the bane of our lives!
This is really cute but funny.
No,
Okay.
I'm fucking 6'7", fear me. Rah.
I'm not.
Fear
Jane
me.
Oh, there I am. Woo! I'm tiny.
I can't
Jane is
see
also
anyone
tiny.
else.
The large people are
I
tiny.
can't- I can't see anyone else's counters either.
That's fun. That might be a Foundry thing that you've got to reset. Because they
I
are
think
right
Foundry's
beside
lagging
you.
a bit.
Yeah,
Well, I can
Foundry
see
just
it.
hates us.
I can see everybody. I think that the first thing that Laura might do, which, alright, could potentially create some drama, is, alright, we need to collect ourselves together into some rooms. And honestly, I need some space where I can practice and experiment.
I need some space to get outside of your head.
That would also be very nice. But, would people potentially be disagreeable to me breaking down the wall between, say, these two rooms here and turning it into one large room where I could draw circles on the floors and put things on the walls and...
Wait, which two rooms? And also maybe don't break the structural integrity of the ship?
Or just a little bit of removal of paneling and redirecting of the electronic.
Or maybe you can just use a second room.
It isn't large enough.
You can... if you take out the furniture, one room is not large enough?
No.
What are you doing? Building a corpse golem or something?
Eh. I need to reconstruct a variety of these spells that I know, and it requires space.
How much space do you need?
About 2 rooms worth.
But what?
That'll be a little small, but it'll work.
Let the lady have her space, unless
I'm
you
just worried about-
particularly need it.
Don't need it. My issue is that that's near the outside of the ship. That's going to affect the structural integrity of the ship or something.
I mean, I'll take it apart carefully. I'm not just going to blast the wall down.
I don't know how carefully
so.
you can take apart the ship, is my concern.
The panels and such should be able to pull apart. But then the other reason that I kind of wanted this space is because it's against the outside of the ship, and maybe it might be worth to put a sort of blast door security system on the inner door's parts and a quick vent system on the outer door's parts. It provides an interesting level of safety and security that I don't normally get when I'm on planet.
I'm
Jane,
just
what
going
are
to
you
sit in my
up
room.
to?
You guys do whatever it is you want to do.
Enjoying the couches?
In order to relax, Jane's doing some math.
Excellent.
Um,
1,000 backwards by
Wabi,
7s?
Well,
does the
it's
crash
it's practice
require
audit form.
storage?
Crash storage, alright.
Like, does this ship have a fridge, basically, to put all the crash in?
It does. You see right
Well,
over
then I'll
here,
put the crash in the fridge.
a fridge of colding.
Oh, you have all that food from the fridge of Colding too!
In that case,
Standard equipment in a travel ship like this.
I don't know if like a vending machine could be set up like at the fridge as like our fridge inventory or something.
Ooh. Yeah, I can do that.
Because I'm just gonna basically put all my crash in there. Save for one for me.
Okay. Yeah, I will do that before next stream. I'll go ahead and make the fridge your crash vending machine with all of your stuff in it.
Yay. Thank you, dear.
You're welcome.
And then I'll take my 1 can of crash light, I think, and then we'll sit over on the couches as well.
Swabby, you see Jane sitting on the couch, doing a little math, relaxing.
Oh god, this Swabby see me? Oh god. She just kind of like, she tries to sit very cute, and it's very awkward. Hi!
You alright?
Hi! I'm fine! How are you? Sorry, that was very loud.
Yeah, what you got there?
It's math. It's how I relax.
What math? What, like Sudoku or?
I don't know what that is. No, so it's basically it's like It's a billfold, basically. It's a bills for like a fake company, and I'm trying to figure out where the discrepancies is between their income of their imports and the profit of their exports. It's I find it enjoyable. There's also no
Oh.
romance novels on this ship, so
Oh, why don't you write one?
Oh, okay, okay, hi. Jane is like frozen with fear. She's like, hi. Now she's just staring at math, not even moving. She's frozen. I'm blushing.
Y'all right there, lass.
Yeah. Thank you for making me pretty in your dream. And then she gets nervous and runs full speed back to her room after saying that. She's just like, oh God, he saw me. He said, Pie noticed me. Lord, he said, Pie noticed me. He noticed me and I acted like
Suavi's been around enough, like, more closely humanoid people to know what the signs of that sort of thing are, but he's not known many Rothians. So can he, like, roll something to kind of make sure, like, how confident he is and what he reckons is going on with Jane?
I suppose that would be an insight check.
She's pacing. If I write a romance novel, I gotta change the guy's name to Davi. Because intellectual properties, right?
Suavi,
It's how it works.
sometimes things transcend all sorts of barriers, and a girl with a crush is one of them.
Wow. Suavi's just gonna, like, sit there for a second and just kind of process this realization. Like, he had a hunch, but that sort of confirmed it, and now he's just sort of like thinking of what the fuck he's supposed to do in this situation.
Poor Suavi is left to think. Loricus, you're wandering the halls. Have any aim?
Well, so Loricus has been investigating these two rooms initially, for the purposes of removing the wall between them, but also, I think just looking over the rest of the ship in general to see, like, is there maybe a better place where, I could set up doing magic experimentations with the, useful safety nets in place that you want when you're doing such things. And if there's desks or anything along those lines, because it didn't look like the bedrooms had desks, and just sort of trying to find a space to quote unquote nest in like a wizard.
Yeah.
I'm not sure you'll find a very excellent nesting wizardly space, but the couches are very, very comfortable, and there is a bookshelf. I think that might be the closest to it that you get, at least for now.
Okay, then I'm gonna definitely go put my efforts into taking this wall apart, so that I can create a big enough space for a wizard nest.
Okay. Nareth is in that room where you are attempting to take the wall down.
Oh, Nareth, is this your room? You're not going to. This is one of the rooms I was asking about.
Oh, I wasn't in. I was just shouting through a wall. I didn't actually know which room you were talking about. Could you? Oh, I guess I can move. That's fine.
It is these two because they are against the outer part of the ship.
I feel like that's exactly the reason why you shouldn't be screwing around with the structural integrity.
And you,
I'll move. It's
would
fine.
you like to help me pull the wall apart so that you know that I have not screwed up the structural integrity?
And out of nowhere, a thought comes into Dolores' mind that's like, what about my romantic integrity? And then it's gone again.
I'll just go into this room over here. It's fine. She just closes it.
Oh yeah, Lorcas would be aware of the entire, like, interaction with Suavi earlier.
Oh, yep.
Oh, yes.
Yep, I know.
Oh no.
Laura is awkwardly privy. But she is trying to just focus on one thing at a time right now. She's not used to so much chaos in her mind.
Am I in love yet?
don't know what Rothian love would be.
But I don't think we're supposed to have that. Oh, and all of a sudden it hits Jane that there might be something very deeply wrong with her DNA.
Love is primarily emotional, not necessarily needing to be physical, but I suspect with Suave it might be. And that'll possibly be an uncomfortable thing for you to figure out. It's not really something it seems like you.
I can't say what I
Usually
want to
do.
say, so I'm just gonna send it to the DM for her to laugh at.
Okay.
Oh.
Becky.
Yeah, Laura's just gonna work on taking the panels off, rerouting. Yes. Yep. Yeah, Jane. It's fine. there are possibly other options you can figure out. But Jane is going to attempt to keep some sanity and calm in her mind by focusing on one topic at a time. And Laura's going to just pull this wall apart to make a larger room. She's going to acquire a table from somewhere if possible, or reconstruct maybe parts of the headrest of the bed into a table. She's gonna work on a space. This is what she's putting her effort into right now.
Okay. So Laura's nesting, and Jane is panicking, and Suavi's drinking crash. Nareth, once you've finished with your work, what do you do?
Pretty much. Nareth is just. Oh, but after the work is finished, my entire assumption is that she'll be working the entire way.
If there's any time that she isn't working, what's she doing?
Let me think.
Or if she
So
works the
Nareth.
entire way, that's fine too.
I mean, if there's work to be done, otherwise, if there isn't, actually, no. You know what she's doing? She's repairing and reprogramming both of those combat drones, the security drones.
Excellent.
Because those are a thing that exists.
They are indeed. And you brought them.
So yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think that's exactly what she would be doing.
In your room, you're tinkering away with those drones. Just trying to reset the framework so that they recognize you as friendly and obey your orders.
Yes. Am I able to achieve that?
Roll Tinkerer's tools for me.
Alright, one moment. Let me actually turn on the light in my room because everything's gone dark.
Sure.
So, with that, okay, so it's a Tinkerer's tools. Do I want to make one check or two?
Just the one.
Natural 18 plus 3 from the d4 plus 5, 26.
Beautiful. Yes. You get that first droid up and running excellently. It recognizes you and responds to your commands.
Okay. Excellent. Yeah, so that is what she does. That is what her plan is pretty much for the day, I think.
All right.
Yeah, I think. So am I able to repair? Because the other one was completely damaged. Am I able to also make some use out of it?
You could probably take it apart for parts and keep those handy in case you find more drones or you want to make a new one yourself.
Yeah, sure. I'll take it apart for parts then. If it can't be utilized to make a secondary drone. And also, I think she would want to take stock to have a really good idea as to what materials she has access to. I
Okay.
think.
As far as inventory that you took from the Rusted Labyrinth?
And also just everything on the ship, because it's been quite vague as to what we have. If the intention is to keep it vague, that's fine. It's just obviously that if there's anything more that we might have access to, or just so I know what I'm fiddling about with.
Right.
Just because my entire intention for this game is to tinker ridiculously until I've built Voltron.
You are starting to get the parts. Your tinkering is beginning to show in ping as you have already made some adaptive moves that have changed the way the systems function. For one, the lights are all on now and nothing's flickering, and Saya's not yelling at you and is able to navigate. So, your efforts are already paying off dividends, and you now have a drone at your disposal.
Yes. So is the drone able to actually fight in combat, or is it just like a passive security thing on the ship now?
It'll be a passive security drone on the ship so that nobody will be able to get on the ship without being registered with the drone first.
Okay.
Or they will hunt them down if they find an intruder and set off an alert.
Yes. Okay. That's fine. Uh,
Is there any other piece of inside ping that anybody would like to do before you arrive
Yeah.
at your destination?
Yes, Jane wants to know if there's any typewriter or computer that she could maybe start writing some stuff on.
Not a typewriter, but there are computers everywhere, and you can access any of the computers in the captain's room or any of the computers in either of the wings. They have the standard, word pad, data pad on them, so you can use those. There's also books and journals and scrolls in that bookshelf that are empty, and you may use those as well.
You also know that because you're psychically still connected to her, Loricus had acquired quite a bit of paper, journal, pen, ink, wells, things like that. So if you wanted to write by hand, there are also many options that she would have available.
okay.
I'm just gonna plop in front of a computer and write my future romance novel.
Awesome. Okay. I think the other thing is Laura would work on sort of expanding the room, getting this wall kind of taken out as much as possible, rearranging the furniture, throwing maybe an extra chair into some other room, sort of cannibalizing things and adjusting things, and at some point though, sit down at her makeshift desk and begin sort of writing through things. She's got some spell components that she futzes around with, and she's got probably like 3 journals in front of her at the moment that she's writing in, and as she's going through them, she's working on a spell. She's got a one of the nice quills from the Rusted Labyrinth with her, and she is kind of working with it, trying to get it to do a thing, and then as she's working with it, this quill suddenly kind of glows and floats just gently slightly above the table. She smiles and picks it up. She writes with it and then waves the feather part over the ink, and it just disappears. And she has made herself a wizardly quill, which she then very happily begins using to pull out all of the scrolls that we have looted and just start writing out all of those spells, reconstructing the spells that she's got memorized, and establishing herself her spell book.
Beautiful. And we all see this as this wizard establishes her own space, finally makes a place for herself in this dark hole of a universe, and begins to birth her version of magic into existence. Beautifully done, Loricus. As everybody settles in and you get used to life, it's a little difficult to discern night from day. When do you decide how to sleep?
Well, Suave is gonna see, like, peek in the rooms if he can tell which room Jane has reserved. And if he can't tell, he will reserve the neighbouring one.
You can tell Suave that Jane's belongings are in this room down here. And Loricus has the other 2 rooms across the hall. So this room over here would be the one most directly next to Jane, or this one down here.
The above one I take.
And Suave settles into his room.
Laura sleeps when she passes out on her desk.
Laura falls asleep on her desk. Suave, do you sleep in the chair or do you make your way to the bed eventually?
Yeah, he'll go to sleep eventually. Snoring like a motherfucker as he usually does.
The big and loud ones?
Oh yeah, sometimes
Jane-
mumbling and scratching his ass.
Of course.
Jane comes around with some with she hears it a little bit. She's like, "Oh, yeah, sweet boy. Oh, Lord, give me paper. I need to write some stuff
What?
down.
Oh, you know what? This is not okay, Jane.
I'm not even coming inside. I'm not in your space.
Jane, you're in my head. That is my space.
You're in mine too.
Alright, here, take some paper, go be quiet and let me sleep. We're gonna talk about this in the morning.
Okay, I'll try not to. I can't let you know what my novel is gonna be about. So.
Mm-hmm. And having been disrupted, now Laura will actually go to like the bed that is still intact enough to sleep on, and she'll sleep over there.
She'll actually pick herself up and sleep in bed.
Mm-hmm.
What about Nareth? Will she work until she passes out where she is, or make her way
No,
to
not
bed?
to that extent. She goes to sleep.
Okay, then Nareth rests.
She's a workaholic, not a psychopath.
Not a psychopath, I'm just very excited. I have a lot of things to do.
Just pumped, man.
I'm not a psychopath, I'm just excited. Someone quote that, please. Put that in a shirt.
As you rest,
If we ever do merch.
I'm not a psychopath. I'm just excited. Merch. I
I'm
love
not
it.
gonna murder anyone. I'm just excited.
As you rest and bid goodbye to the Rusted Labyrinth, it's fading behind you long ago, and you head off to your new destination. You wonder what newness awaits you in this world and who you might find there, as life signs were plentiful, and thus far it has been a lonely journey with just the four of you sentient beings. Hopefully, you'll find some new friends along the way. But for tonight, you are graced with blissful, dreamless sleep.
Where does Ein sleep?
Ein can sleep with whomever he likes. Actually, everybody roll animal handling right now.
Oh my
okay.
goodness.
My
Okay.
wisdom is.
Custody of the dog.
I rolled
Fucking
no.
fight.
Ein hates me. Ein hates me. I'm not even gonna speak that number aloud. That's how bad it is.
I slept on my lap earlier.
Animal handling.
Also, I'm not going to sleep yet. I gotta finish writing my romance novel.
No. Suave got him.
Ein is with you, Suave.
Good boy.
He
How
pops
because
into your
Suave is the
room.
only one who did proper sleeping initially.
Well, and his door is open. So that makes it easy for Ein to just follow him right on in.
Woof, woof.
A woof, a woof, a woof. Bork.
1 bork, 2 bork, 3 bork.
So,
Jane writes into the wee hours of the night. Yes, Lord.
And then
Early
goes
in-
to sleep.
early in the next morning, when Laura wakes back up, a quick scene is she's goes back. She kind of stretches, maybe grabs a very quick snack. I mean, this is early in the morning. Everybody's probably still asleep, unless Jane hasn't fallen asleep yet. But she grabs like a very fast snack from the kitchen, and then goes back to doing what she was doing. And she has arrayed around her the various levels of let's see, I need materials are charcoals and incense and herbs, ritualistically on the floor, just sort of spread out with different, sigils and glyphs kind of marked on there. And she works on finishing off this spell to cast Find Familiar, and in the center of this sort of space, it all kind of goes into a greenish kind of magical swirl of energetic magic that she's casting forth, and a shape of a cat with wings begins to coalesce and then solidify, and her familiar companion is summoned back to her and joins her now. And she pets it and goes, "Oh, I had missed you."
Aww. Yay. I'll make you a token for your familiar and allow you to move it and have that ready by next one.
Awesome.
As you all awaken, Lore, you notice that your mind is your own this morning. There are no thoughts there but yours.
I don't trust it yet because I think it might just be because Jane's asleep.
Who sleeps in and who wakes up early?
Swavi is a notorious heavy sleeper, especially since, even with elven constitution, some years of alcoholism will give you a little bit of sleep apnea and, generally make you a tired boy.
So Swavi is
So,
still out cold, and Jane was up very late, so I take it she's sleeping in?
Yep.
Is Nareth an early riser also?
I rolled a percentile, Nareth rolled an 80, so no, Nareth is quite a late sleeper.
So,
At least today.
Leviticus, it is you and you alone this morning.
Yeah, as like Laura understands that she's awake early-ish, whatever early counts as, and gives it some time. But as the rest of the group continues to not wake up, she just kind of does a little walk around, checking like the sensors, the navigation logs, just to make sure, like, to have a sense of how the ship is, where we're going, what we're doing. So she'll wander back off to the captain's room to take a quick peek at all of those things.
You'll see that you're making steady progress as you advance towards your destination.
And there's no scary uncertainties that have suddenly showed up, such as that dwarven ship zooming after us.
Not at all. It doesn't look, you can no longer see the dwarven ship in your scan, so you must have left the radius of it.
Okay.
The planet that you're heading towards is indeed getting closer. Swanyan Diva, there we go, is indeed getting closer, and you see on the other side of it, that's where that massive serpent was, but it is going away from Swanyan Diva, fortunately. You can no longer see the Spa's ship or the strange lead box. As you get closer to Swanyan Diva, it looks like there's not a ton around it, but you are on course and nothing is apparent in your way.
All right. Then as I have some time in the quiet morning hours here, going to hold my hand out and again attempt to coalesce a heart into it.
You feel a beating in your palm, but nothing forms in the shape of a heart. Nothing forms at all, despite your urge and your insistent resilience. But it's like the universe wants to create that heart for you, but it can't yet. That's the feeling you get.
Making note of that. And then, still have work to do on that wall. So I may very well accidentally wake up some of the rest of the group through loud bangings as I dismantle some of the different components and pieces that need to calm down in order for me to open up this space.
Lore gets to work. Construction starts early, and you all here. Presumably Nareth mostly too, since you're sharing a wall.
Moves room.
You're a bit quiet, North.
Don't know why. Can you hear me now?
Yep,
Oh, yes,
perfect.
so, yeah.
Don't know what the difference was. I just slightly shifted the angle. Nareth moves over to opens this door and is just like, nope, not dealing with that this morning, and just completely walks over to the other room and closes the door.
Yeah.
I love that.
Jane gets up and like stands there for a second, realizes that what it is, and just goes right back to bed. She said, "Whatever, okay, sleep."
Jane.
Having sexy dreams over here about elbows.
And as you're thinking about elbows, you notice that you're only thinking about elbows.
And nothing else. I'm now obsessed with elbows.
No, there's
Oh.
no other thoughts in your head that aren't yours.
No more?
Mm-mm.
Oh, wow. Oh, I'm gonna go write some naughty pages.
Yay! Long rest, resets, fuckery. Good to know.
And yes, you may have a long rest. I don't think anybody
Yay,
functionally needs one, but if you do, you
no,
can
not
have it.
really. Suave.
I actually did need one, so I'll take one.
Well, good.
Suave's gonna wake up after hearing all this noise, very slowly, mumbling to himself. Fucking. And he's just gonna stumble out of his room, sort of like his armor's off, kind of like underclothes disheveled, major bedhead, and then just kind of like hit Ayn and be like, "Oh, good morning."
Arf!
I don't. Do you need breakfast? I don't know if robot dogs need fed or anything.
Bark!
Do robot dogs need fed? Would I know this sort of thing?
I can go ahead and say safely, you're pretty sure robo-dogs don't need fed.
Ah, good. Because the only thing we have are shitty dehydrated astronaut food and crash cans. So
I believe
But
in
Suave's-
Crash.
Suave's gonna go and have breakfast for the day. He hungers.
Suave
What does
emerge
Suave make
into
for
the hall.
breakfast?
Looking tired and disheveled as fuck.
Did you end up taking any of that food from the Rusted Labyrinth's
Yeah, we did take a bunch, didn't we, from
Yes.
the
fridge of
chef's area?
holding?
Yes.
So
We-
you
we
do have
piled in as
some
much as we could.
ingredients, Suave.
Oh. Yeah, he's gonna maybe selfishly help himself to some of the good food. Can't be arsed with the nemmies, as he calls it.
Marbles get very boring after a while to most spacers, even if they are nutritious. Are you making up breakfast for everybody, Suave, or just for yourself?
Oh, actually, yeah, he might be considerate to make breakfast for everyone, whistling to himself as he does so and mumbling some, very half-arsed drinking songs he used to know.
Suave starts prancing around the kitchen singing. Jane is completing her morning ritual of washing her hands.
You saw me.
I see everything.
Nareth continues to lie down.
Poor Nareth continues to rest as Loraikas continues to work. And our spacers continue their lives in their ship as best they can for now. And soon, they will have a new planetoid to explore. But until then, this has been the Velocity of Ping. See you next week, spacers.
I can't wait to share my romance novel with you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, is my audio working now?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm Katie Beldy. Caitlin, if you're unfortunate enough to know me in real life. I run a YouTube channel called Katie Beldy Music, on which you will be able to find what I've currently posted of the soundtrack for this stream, The Velocity of Ping. More to come. Um, I will continue to make soundtrack for this and upload it to my YouTube as and when. But I do other things on there as well, and I have an Instagram and a SoundCloud and all that jazz as well, which you can find in the About section of my YouTube channel or in any of the video descriptions.
Thank you very
Yeah.
much. Saint, we didn't actually hear yours because it was going
Oh,
through that audio issue the first time. So, second chance, my man.
Second chance. Oh, I'm so smooth and suave. No one hears me have an entire breakdown in the middle of
You are not
the
suave.
outro.
You don't lie.
Haha, it's me, Suave, everyone's favorite elf. No, I am
Get up your
Hills.
elbows.
I am a player here, but a DM in many other locations, and thought I would inform our viewers that I'm in minor, mild background discussions with the group as a whole to potentially run just some extra stuff on the side whenever people are free and fancy it. So just because that might be worth mentioning and be interesting to people in some way, shape, or form, I would mention.
Hell yeah. And when we do those one shots, they will be here on Triple T RPGs. They might not be on Saturday, or they might be. Don't know. But they will be here on this channel, and we will be live for you. Stabby, aka Jane.
I like elbows and elbows. I'm just kidding. I'm Cassandra. I am a streamer that doesn't stream. Yes, we exist. I think. I'm gonna be making a concerted effort to actually do it because I've decided to do that. I live in Atlanta. I love it here. I am a software engineer. I like naps and more naps, and I like grilled cheese sandwiches.
Naps and grilled cheese are two of my favorite things.
I had to
Thank
say
you
one.
very much. Evie, aka Lorcas.
Hi, I'm Evie. You can find me as Evie Story on most places on the internet. And now I'm very hungry. Thank you for that. Grilled cheese sandwich reference. I think I'm going to need to go make some food. I'm also a streamer that doesn't stream currently, so you're not alone there either. And yeah, if you follow me on like Twitter, that would be where I'll begin making announcements around this. I do a lot of TTRPGs, and I'm very big into storytelling as a community kind of concept. And so I've got some things that I'm working towards and kind of, in the works. Eventually, they should hopefully be publishable, if that's the way you think of as streaming. So, one day.
One day. Thank you very much, Evie. And I'm Voidic. I'm the GM. I can be found on Twitch, Twitter. I don't really stream on Twitch outside of doing Triple T RPGs, but I love tabletops and I love gaming, so here I am streaming. And yeah, you can find me on Twitter doing silly, dumb things if that's what you enjoy. Thank you very much for watching today. We really appreciate you, and we'll see you next Saturday.
Bye.
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 Bye.